Another edition of the state's newest and top rivalries happens once again, and it happens tonight here on February 3rd on Super Tuesday here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Waukee versus Waukee Northwest. The women's basketball teams are up first. The Waukee Northwest Wolves, number 2 in the latest IGHSAU rankings at 13-4, take on the Waukee Warriors, who sit at 3-12. Blake Walker, Chris Larson, along with you here this evening from the Waukee Fieldhouse. The fans will slowly but surely start to file their way in tonight, Chris, but this is one of the best games in the state when it comes to these two teams. We'll have a lot to talk about more on the boys' side. That's the one that everybody's looking forward to, but this game in itself, a couple different storylines. Waukee, it just hasn't been the year that Coach Franklin has wanted. On the other side for Northwest, high aspirations for a state championship.
Absolutely, but let's not fool ourselves. There's some talent on both sides of this court tonight, and one of the things that gets really fun in this rivalry, the crowd for the girls' game by the second half is going to be a full crowd. You know, that can really be invigorating to a team like Waukee, who hasn't had quite as many wins. But let's be honest, they've played a really, really tough schedule. And then for Northwest, just a phenomenal basketball team. They got state championship aspirations. You're right there. And you know that they're thinking it's time for us to get ready for that stretch run. And they have the talent to do it for sure.
Good teams don't get stuck in trap games. This is a trap game tonight for Waukee Northwest after only beating Valley by 1 last night at home. Let's talk about our players to watch for tonight. We'll start out with Waukee. Julia Van Kiernan has been one of the stars, slowly growing here as a sophomore. 8.3 points per contest, just under 5 rebounds per game. She can shoot. She's got good length. She reminds me of a couple really good players around the state, and she's a big key to Waukee tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, she's going to look a lot like Vogt on the other side. the thing that she does so well, she's got a really soft shooting touch. I think this year she's getting a little more physical going to the basket. We just saw that there. She's 6'2". She's going to have to get them some easy buckets inside and do a great job on the boards. Maybe get even a little bit over that 4.5 rebounds per game average.
She's going to be a fun one to watch. You see here, just jack of all trades. She can shoot outside. She can make shots down low. She's going to be huge tonight if Waukee wants to come away with the upset. On the other side, for Waukee Northwest, how about a shooter? Sadie McCann has been a star this season, and honestly, it's another sophomore. 13.5 points per contest, 55% field goal percentage, Chris. That's the one that sticks out. This girl does not miss, and she's a really strong sharpshooter for this Wolves team.
She is such a good player. They're littered with talent and athleticism when we're talking about Waukee Northwest, but Sadie McCann is just one of those X factors, right? When she plays great, they're a great team. And they have a lot of talent around her, but she does a little bit of everything. She can take it to the hole. She's a great defender. She has a mid-range game. She can set up her teammates, but she also can shoot the three. There you see her on a little bit of a breakaway layup. She has the whole package. 2 sensational sophomores tonight.
I talked about it last night, but obviously a big star for Waukee Northwest and Sadie McCann, but the whole team itself, very talented across. Romy Croat, we'll talk about her a lot tonight. Vonna Billick, same as well. Waukee Northwest coming off a short night. They played Valley last night on a rare Monday night. We had a couple big Monday night games. Johnston beat Dowling last night in girls basketball. Northwest got the 51-50 win. There's a look at the rankings in Class 5A. Johnston, Waukee Northwest, Dowling 1-2-3. That won't change. Iowa City High got upset last week. They'll be dropping back, no doubt about that. Ankeny 5, Cedar Falls, Valley, Iowa City West, Cedar Rapids, Washington, Iowa City Liberty. That top 3, Chris, is pretty much kind of in a league of their own, and then the rest goes all the way down, and it's just kind of everybody's chasing that top 3.
It's so fun this time of year because the great teams are really positioning themselves. The good teams are like, what adjustments can we make just to get a little bit better and get up to chase those top teams? We're going to see that going tonight. It's going to be a phenomenal matchup.
Waukee versus Waukee Northwest on tap this evening. We're excited to get you going. We're working through a couple technical difficulty things here on our end. We're going to get everything figured out. We're going to get to a break here when we can. And when we come back, it's opening tip-off between Waukee and Waukee Northwest coming up here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here this evening. About set to get going here in just a moment or two for tonight's girls game first, then the boys second. Waukee Northwest and Waukee. Take a look at both teams, what they have the rest of the way. Waukee still a pretty full schedule. They get Ankeny Centennial here at home. Norwalk, who we were talking about off camera, they'll come here, and then they end the season against Urbandale, Southeast Polk, and Valley on the road. For Waukee Northwest, it's tonight, Ankeny and Dowling Catholic, and that's it. And that's kind of a really nice backpedal because it goes two ways. They're going to be off for a little bit before regionals start, but at the same time, they're off for a little bit before regionals start. And you kind of want to keep everybody in a rhythm, don't you?
Both things are true, correct? Inflection makes a difference in a sentence. No, you're so right. And what I think, though, you really want to do is take advantage of those two opportunities to try and play your best basketball, but also then take advantage of the free time to get better at, like I said, you're just trying to twist and turn just a little bit to figure out what can be that littlest thing, the best littlest thing that we can do to get just a little bit better and improve our chances of winning a title.
We're going to take one more break, and when we come back, it's opening tip-off. Waukee versus Waukee Northwest coming up on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
It's the Start Something New sales event happening now at DeArmond Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ames, Iowa. Take up to $13,000 off new 2026 Ram 1500 with Conquest Cash or 0% for 60 months. 2025 Ram Heavy Duties, over $12,000 off MSRP on select units. And on all new Rams, receive best-in-class 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And 2025 Wranglers, up to $10,000 off with Stellantis loyalty. DeArmond Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Ames, Iowa.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat and Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat and Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Run, jump, lisp, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
It's time to introduce the starters. First, let's meet the Wolves. At guard, the 5'8" senior, number 22, Vanna Village. She's a junior, a forward standing 6'2", number 24, Logan Vogt. At 5'9", a junior guard, wearing number 32, Romy Croat. At forward, a 6'1" junior, number 34, Cassidy Hamburg. And a sophomore, a 6'2" forward, number 50, Victoria Burko. Assistant coaches for the Wolves, Ty Walsh, Trent Smith, Ben Dewey, and France Negussi. Your head coach, Sam Howell. And now, let's meet the starting five for your Waukee Warriors. At guard, a 5'4" senior, number 1, Natalie Sitzman. She's a junior, standing 5'7". At guard, number 4, Sammy Rice. At guard, a 5'9" sophomore, number 12, Abba J. Peters. Standing 5'11", a sophomore forward. She wears double twos. Olivia Baker. And at forward, the 5'10" senior, number 44, Marissa Lowe. Assistant coaches, Jared Prenny, Casey Chubb, Savannah Gumper, and Pete Deacon. Your head coach, Danny.
We are all set to go tonight from the Waukee Fieldhouse. You know, there was that viral social media post about the light-up floors. I think it was in Wisconsin or somewhere. Clearly, Waukee has jumped on the bandwagon. That is new. That is very new. I can now see the things up here on the top. That's a really cool addition.
Really neat.
I think they were still working it out just a little bit, but nonetheless,
it was fun.
Yeah,
it was
very
fun.
cool. It'll be a fun environment for the boys for sure. All right, Waukee Northwest and Waukee, the girls are going first. Waukee 3-12. Waukee Northwest ranked second in the IGHSU rankings, 13-4 for the Wolves. Going to be a fun one tonight. Waukee Northwest comes into tonight leading this rivalry on the girls' side 5-3. We are underway. It should be 6-3, 6-2, excuse me, all time. A little bit of a change tonight, Chris, for that starting lineup, at least from the first time you and I have seen it. Victoria Burpo joins the starting lineup. You got two bigs. You got Danberg and you got Burpo, and there's Burpo right away. That's a big addition for him.
Well, absolutely. Great high-low, first of all. But kind of interesting. Waukee starts small, right? They kind of went with a smaller lineup than we've seen before, and Northwest went uber big. So it'll be interesting to see how the start of this game goes. 2-3 zone for Northwest.
And Waukee's not the tallest team in the world by any stretch of the imagination. Northwest going to push it down the floor here. Strong take by Vana Bilic, and Burpo trying to go after it and out of bounds. It really is no surprise that Victoria Burpo finds herself in the starting lineup. She has been such a bright spark off the bench. It was only a matter of time before Coach Powell decided to insert her in the starting lineup.
And she's a starter, right? Yeah. Like she can start or not start the game. She's in their rotation, and that's good. Couple open threes off the zone, but maybe a little bit quick on the trigger right there for Waukee.
Danberg goes cross court. Now Waukee Northwest will back everything up. Northwest 59.5 points per contest. Waukee just 47.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like we said, they had the game last night, but Sadie McCann looked to be in street clothes, so that's going to be, it's a couple different depth things, right? Like, so it's not so much. I think they're going to be fine with this first five, but then off the bench, who's going to come on and provide them with that spark tonight?
Worth noting, although we had Sadie McCann in our pregame, we were not aware that she was going to be out. Here's another three-point attempt that this time drops in for Samantha Rees.
Yeah, and Kind of looks like it might be Waukee's strategy tonight, right? They're just moving the ball around. They're like, if you're open, take that shot. And that time Reese was able to knock her down.
Waukee coming off a 65-30 loss to Dowling, but only lost to number 9th ranked Cedar Rapids, Washington, 65-60. Lost to Ankeny, who was ranked 5th on their home floor, 66-59. They're getting closer in games that feel strong against top-ranked opponents.
Absolutely. We told you they got some talent on this team. A couple really nice defensive possessions to get it started tonight, using their quickness, and that's what we said where they should have the advantage with these starting lineups.
You'll have a throw in here for Northwest.
5 on the shot clock.
Village goes all the way to the basket and gets it to drop.
We've talked about Ivana a lot. Glue girl, right? She does so many things well.
Good passing there by Waukee. Leaves a wide open girl in the corner. That one's going to go off. Good attempt there for Susie Scott. Here comes another play up the floor. Logan Vogt can't get it to go. Zalo touched it last.
Yep. That's one thing when they have this size mismatch. If you're Waukee Northwest, you got to keep attacking those boards, right? You know, you can say that the possession starts when the shot goes up. And so that's something to keep our eye on. And obviously, Waukee's going to have to do a good job boxing out.
Zalo went for it. Burpo takes the advantage. Now tries to get it to Danberg, but it's stolen away.
I really like that play by Zalo, though, right there.
Breeze all the way, hits the bottom of the basket. Now here comes Logan Vogt trying to push.
When you're a little smaller and quicker, you got to be not afraid to get out there and create some chaos, right? Make them play a little faster than they want.
Danberg.
There it is again.
Got it poked away. Nice play by Marin Zalo. A 5'10 senior, one of the only couple seniors on the team. She's headed to Grandview to play for the Vikings.
Really good player.
Yes.
Really solid, good player. Still in that 2-3 zone.
Abba J. Peters knocks down the long three-pointer. She has been in and out of the starting lineup this year, but tonight gets the call and makes the play.
And she can score, right? We were here last year, and I think it was in this matchup where she had 29, if I recall. Can't remember for sure if it was this game, but I think we saw her on this floor really put on a scoring show. So
Vogt all the way. Strong defense that time by Olivia Baker.
Really good start for Waukee.
Rees kind of stuck in the corner and now trying to work things back out with Natalie Sitzman.
What do you think? A nice little pep in their step kind of to start this game.
Back-to-backs are not normal for CIML teams.
Yeah,
they're just not a thing. Most CIML teams play on Tuesday nights and Friday nights and then maybe Saturdays. Crowett turns around and gets the foul call in the and one. She'll go to the line in just a moment.
She just does such a good job keeping the game simple, you know. She got in there, she played off 2 feet, had a little reverse pivot, and then she's strong enough to go up and finish and absorb the contact.
Romy will go to the charity stripe to shoot one, averaging 13.5 points per contest, 39 out of 50 from the free throw line this season. Susie Scott is on the floor, and Taryn Werstein is also on the floor for Waukee.
I think Van Kiernan is out there as well, right?
Talked about her in the pregame. Romy Crowett's free throw is good.
That's some good scoring punch to bring off the bench for sure.
Well, it's 2 3-pointers to start the match so far for Waukee, as struggling to get it down low.
Interesting. Take a look. They're going to go man-to-man now when they bring in their subs.
Here's Werstein, picked up by Bilic. Waukee goes a little bit deeper than some of your average teams in the CIML. There's a foul going to be called on the whistle for Leah Janilovic.
How about that with
Peters?
With McCann out, her little sister is going to absorb some of her playing time. She's like, thank you, sis. I'll take those minutes.
Inbound, missed on the opportunity as Peters was intercepted by Janilovic. She's played with an ankle injury for a little bit of the early portions of the season. It's kind of put her playing time down a little bit.
Yeah.
She gets fouled on the way up. Heck of a volleyball player.
And we have talked about this before. Phenomenal player, really good player. I just struggle so much saying her name. So we're going to call her Leah. Leah does a great job, but she is a really good athlete out there. And that's where you want to get healthy this time of the year and have your best roster out there.
She's in and out on her first one. Take a look at the replay on her way up. Just a simple back and forth, and foul is going to be the Julian Van Kuren, the sophomore. Leah will try one more from the line.
Good stroke.
Northwest by 2 in a quarter that's felt like they have not played too great, but they're making it work.
Yep.
Here's a three-pointer by Van Kuren, and that's off the back.
What do you think? They definitely look like they're going to be content.
They can shoot. They just got to get down low. You don't want to shoot threes all night. Sometimes
But they don't have many good matchups down there if you really think about it. You'd think.
Village gets left wide open. A mistake by the Waukee defense. That's a good box out there.
Excellent job, right? That's exactly right. That was the key. The offense can come and go, but can you box out and keep them off the glass?
Boy, Sitzman is spinning. Now she's stuck in the paint. She needs
help.
help.
Get out of there.
And back up top to Abijay Peters. Peters
There you
through
go.
traffic. No foul. Kicks it right back outside. Good passing by Waukee, and the three-pointer's no good. That was a good possession, though.
Yeah. I like how Abijay Peters got in there. That's, they might not have any height that you can just lob it into a big girl, but she can get in there with her quickness and drive the paint.
Grace McCann to the basket. Strong take.
Yeah, how about Grace McCann coming off the bench to provide a little spark for the Wolves?
Five different players have scored for Waukee Northwest tonight. Van Kuren spins and fades and hits.
Good move. She's got a lot of game. She's kind of got the whole package. She can shoot a little bit. Really long, athletic. I like to see her attacking and getting to the paint. Nice job.
Comes off the bench.
Yep.
Jenny Levitch swings back over. Kronick gets her in the air and gets the layup to drop.
Beautiful pass and then a great pump fake. Got her off balance and then took the easy one, right?
Boy, Sitzman wanted to go baseline, and now Van Kuren has to wait and see. Here's Abijay Peters down underneath. Got around the edge, and no. Had a good look at it. Now trying to go for the loose ball, and out of bounds. It's going to be Waukee basketball. Strong
really
fight
good hustle
by Abijay Peters.
Yeah, you got to like it, and the crowd kind of reacts to that. Really good energy and intensity. I'm sure coaches kind of loved that, but they also didn't want her to pick up her second foul, so a little bit of both.
Zalo is back in.
Oh, heads up right there.
Zalo gets free for three and misses off to the right. It was the perfect look.
Yeah,
they
really
got the
good
play
play
they wanted. Now Northwest has a chance to go back the other way.
Good defense that time.
They're not
by
letting
Scott.
Jenny Levitch go down low. Hadley Getzler is in the ball game here for Waukee Northwest. Vogt stuck underneath, and a foul is called on Marin Zalo. Reached in at the last second trying to go after the basketball.
Yeah, it's second chance points. I think that's something for us to keep an eye on tonight, Blake. That is going to be one of the big problems for Waukee, and just they can't let this lead stretch out by a bunch of second chance points.
Logan is good on the first. Make it 6 different players who have scored for Northwest. Northwest 69% from the free throw line this season. Coach Powell is going to take a 30-second timeout here with 57.5 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. It's been one of those games, Northwest, you've talked about it. For Waukee's sake, you just cannot get behind too early.
Yeah, I just don't know that they have the firepower to go on a stretch where they're going to outscore them by 10, 15 points. So you can't let them get too far away from you, right? And, you'll see how the game plays out, but you can't give up. You got to do the little things like boxing out, making sure you're securing rebounds, not giving up second chance points. If you want to upset a team, those are the ingredients for success. Easier said than done, though, unfortunately.
13-8. Northwest leads out of the timeout. Logan Vogt gets one more from the free throw line. And she makes the most of it.
And they're going to get into their pressure right here. I was wondering when that was going to come.
And there it works.
Yep.
There's the steal. Here comes a three-pointer that rolls in and out. And going to have a foul on Sitzman as Jenny Levitch went after the rebound.
Look what Coach Powell kind of did. How great is it when you have, the 2 6'2", 6'3" girls, you sit them on the bench and you bring in 4 really good guards plus a Division I athlete and you press all over the place.
Anna Bilic trying to work around the edge here. Waukee has 4 fouls. One more foul, and Northwest is shooting. There's Getzler.
Yeah, Getzler. I'm a big fan of her. She's going to be a good player someday.
Village gets around the edge, turns the corner, can't get it to go. Got her own rebound, though, and finishes.
Second chance points again, right? Like, got to get that box out. Now we got to take care of the ball here if you're Waukee.
Foul on McCann. That's just the second foul of the game for Northwest. It'll bring Romy Croat back into the ball game with the shot clock dead here for Waukee. And what feels like a must-score possession.
How excited are you if you're Coach Powell? Like, you got freshmen coming in off the bench. You got sophomores that are just fantastic. They just got talent all over the place.
Good breakup there on the far side by McCann. That one was intended for Susie Scott. And now Peters gets a chance to throw it underneath. See if Waukee plans to hold or if they're just going after it. Sitzman around the edge, just tosses one up. She lost her footing on the way. Again, shot clock is dead. Here's Romy Croat into the corner. McCann for three, no good. And that will finish the end of the first quarter. 16-8, Northwest on top. We'll go to quarter number 2. We'll be right back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Second quarter of action here at the Waukee Fieldhouse. Waukee Northwest, number 2 ranked Waukee Northwest, leads over Waukee 16-8. More and more people going to start filing in here as the evening goes on.
It's a nice night to get out.
It is. It's nice, you know, as the season starts. The sun is gone when I get here to the games, and now it's back and it's up in the air. We like it. There's a block by Van Kuren on the other end for Waukee. Abijay Peters could have taken it.
Yeah.
There's going to be a foul on Janulovich.
Never mind when a lead guard wants to share the basketball right there. But, yeah, I think she maybe had an angle to go up and try and get some contact, maybe get to the foul line.
It's good to see Leah Janulovich have more minutes. Obviously, the injury deters just a little bit, but she looks good tonight.
Well, and she's such a good – she kind of – you know, we talk about it with a lot of these girls, but, like, she's a great athlete. She's long, she's athletic, great defender. And so she does a lot of the little things that maybe go unnoticed, and, you know, and she's really good at it.
That was a really nice backdoor cut by Olivia Baker. Just couldn't quite finish it. That was a great block by Janulovich.
Well, you'd think they'd want to get something run, get Danberg, you know, a post touch at one of these points, you know. She's got such a size. Yep, there it is right there, a little step in.
Cassidy down on the low post.
Good pass.
Drew a double, so leaves Logan Vogt wide open for 3. She can't get it to go. And the rebound taken away by Samantha Rees.
Good basketball, though, that time by Northwest. It was the right read, right play, just, you know, misfired on the shot.
Ooh. Sitzman, a lot of spins, but Northwest fully ready for her.
Good defense.
Northwest got to the free throw line quite a bit there in that first quarter. That's going to be something Waukee's going to try to keep away from them.
How about Danberg getting out there, moving her feet, guarding maybe a quicker offensive player, but moving her feet and allowing that steal to take place?
Can't get that one to drop, though. Rebound taken away by Baker. Waukee just trying to stay in tow here.
Yeah, got to find a bucket here. It said it kind of was crisp at the beginning, right? It's kind of started to just slow down just a little bit for them. They got to figure out a way to attack that paint.
And I feel like we're going to talk about this a lot in the boys' game, but this crowd is big. I mean, if you can get the crowd into it, it kind of helps you out just a little bit. Romy kind of gets in the way and got a blocking foul there. up against Sitzman.
That's what you got to do, though, if you're Waukee, right? You got to dribble, penetrate hard, get downhill, get into that paint, make them, put a little pressure on the defense.
Burpo is back in. Zalo is back in. Those two will be guarding each other. They run the same exact play. Zalo misses that one, but it's working. Northwest just can't seem to get it figured out. Baker can't get that one to go. Waukee has got a lid on the basket after hitting 2 early three-pointers.
You know what's kind of interesting there, Blake? It's really good play, right? The only hard part is because she's moving so much, that's why she's getting open, but then it's also really hard to get your feet set under you. One of the things we always used to talk about, you want to jump and land where your feet are, and that's hard to do when you're moving that fast.
Abba Peters got a piece of that one up against Crowett. Alters the shot.
Yeah,
Crowett
right back
dives back on the floor and gets the steal.
Wonder how many times she does that. If she makes a mistake on one end, she makes up for it in a hurry on the other.
Romy all the way. No foul. We play on. Zalo pushing the floor. Susie Scott from way outside and no good.
She's just a magnet to the ball, Romy. She was down here. She got knocked down. Came down. Ball comes just right to her.
Crowett this time gets the foul, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. A chance to break the drought. We've almost gone 4 minutes for both teams and still no score here in the second quarter.
Got to give a shout out. Good reffing crew tonight. Tim Osterhaus right there. I don't know if you followed. I believe his son set a Carlisle. I think it's his son. I'm not positive. I know he has a son who refs with him when I was coaching.
Yeah.
I assume this is his younger son or his nephew. But set the school record at Carlisle on Friday. I think he had 47, 49.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I didn't know if you put anything out there. So, taking a night to work, maybe while his kid's playing somewhere. Or maybe it's his nephew. I don't know.
Had a Sadell kid, scored 53,
Jeez.
I think, the other night.
Was it Moreno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most points scored in a single game for the men's side this year.
There's so much skill level around, the whole state.
Boys and girls.
Yeah, just crazy. So many kids working on their game and scoring the basketball. It's fun to watch. It's going to make for a fun state tournament, I'll tell you that much.
Susie Scott in the corner.
There you go. One more.
Didn't want to take the shot. Here's Marin Zalo for 3. Just can't hit.
Too bad, too, because that's good basketball, right? They did everything right.
Yeah.
Moved the ball twice, made the extra pass, and got it to one of their good shooters. So sometimes you just got to keep grinding away. The one thing is it's only a 10-point lead, right? You can get a couple stops, make a couple of those threes, and you can be right back in this ball game.
Abba Peters is the one whistled on the foul, and Northwest will come back the other way.
Yeah, watch Burpo coming around here. Yep.
Victoria draws a double and still gets it to drop.
She has had such a good year. She's fantastic. I think might have a bit of a bloody nose. I think it was her shoulder kind of hit her. Great job by Baker there. She switched it off. They ran a little slice screen, and she switched, but she just wasn't quite big enough to stop her.
So she's going to head back to the locker room and get checked out.
Yep.
I know her dad's probably here, but shout out to her dad. Broke his finger in a gas station incident at Coach Baker. Yeah, he showed up to one of my last games I was at and full arm cast. I hope he's doing better. He's healing up. He's a strong dude, but
wow, it's been a rough
Coach
week.
Baker. Yeah, it's tough.
Man, it's like an infirmary around the Baker house.
20-8. Waukee still trying to get the lid off the basket. They have not scored here in this second quarter. Northwest only has 4 points. There's a nice cut. Worstein goes up and misses.
Man, it's just discouraging, though, because they're doing so many things right. Just can't get that ball to fall, though. Good
nice
pass.
Play. Burpo inside and rims out. Got her own rebound and almost got the and one.
See, and that's where size is your benefit, right? Because she misses it, too, but she's so tall that she's able to get her own rebound. Going to get a timeout here, I think.
Coach Franklin will take a timeout. I mean, I always say this, and I feel like I always talk about it with you. You can't just tell a team, put the ball in the hoop. But for Coach Franklin, the plays are working. Like, they're getting good looks. They just can't seem to hit a bucket.
Well, and, yeah, the come-on coaching strategy never really works. So put that one in the dumpster. But I think what she is probably telling her team right now is take a deep breath. You're doing everything I'm asking of you. You're doing everything right. Make sure, just keep trying. That part, don't worry about. But she probably is getting on them, though, a little bit about some of these offensive rebounds. You can't stop worrying about what's going on defense because we'll make those shots eventually. But she probably just wanted to settle them down a little bit, kind of talk them through that. Frustrating as a coach, too, though, because she knows that they're doing the right things. It's just, like you said, that's one of the frustrations of the game.
Burpo in and out on the first one. Coach Franklin, 48-52 record at Waukee in her tenure so far. Graduated from Cedar Rapids, Washington. You think about it, Cedar Rapids, Washington had quite a few athletes. For women's basketball, 3 that off the top of my head, Danielle Franklin, Hannah Stolke, and then Maryland women's basketball coach, which the name escapes me right now.
Freeze?
Yes, there it is.
Brenda Freeze?
Yep.
Because isn't there a Stacy as well?
I think so.
But I don't.
And then Coach Franklin went to play for Valpo.
Good player from what I remember.
And now back here at Waukee.
Good D.
Logan Vogt with the steal, and the Iowa State volleyball commit gets swatted from behind, and Van Kuren doesn't like it. She thought for sure she had a clean block.
It might have been, too. Sometimes
we
you
had our
just
camera right down there on the
really
floor. If we got a replay, we'll have to take a look. But
well, I thought Vogt might actually jump stop. If she would have jump stopped, she was going to have an easy layup.
She knocks down her first. Well, let's take a look.
Let's take a look.
It's a clean
steal. See if we can give Julia,
I don't know. I think it was clean.
Sorry.
I think it was.
Sorry, Tim. Yeah.
I feel like Julia's not going to react that wildly if it was.
I think it is hard, though.
On the hand, yeah.
The one thing I will say, though, is when you really wind up like that, sometimes they call it just based on
that press.
Really
press is causing issues for Waukee. 3 minutes to go here in the first half.
Oh, good cut.
Vana Bilic all the way. And really good vision by Hadley Getzler to get the ball to her.
Yeah, just really good action. That Vana Bilic, man, she knows how to play.
Got a tie up and another timeout for Waukee. It will be a 30-second timeout, 24-8. On the other end for Coach Powell, 43-21 record at Waukee Northwest. You and I were kind of talking about it. It feels like their time is coming. This year, Johnston is the favorite. There's no doubt about it. But Northwest, anybody can win the state tournament. But it definitely feels like how everything's kind of lining up. Northwest should be the favorite next year.
It may not happen this year.
Yeah.
But I think both of us, we were talking during one of the breaks, both of us agree in the next 3 years they're going to win a state title.
Yeah.
And a lot of things have to go right. But they have all the pieces, and they're all really – and shoot, most of them have won state titles in something or other, right?
And, I mean, what a career for Coach Powell it's been.
Right.
I mean, to take Des Moines East and win a state title. The Des Moines East back then is different than the Des Moines East now. But seeing where Des Moines East is nowadays, it is truly amazing. Last Des Moines public school to win a basketball title back in 2011.
Just fun, too. Just a guy who's given so much to the game of girls basketball and developed so many good players, right?
Zalo for three, in and out. One of my favorite pictures that going back through Sam Powell's career, as there's another steal for Northwest. There's a picture of him with one of his Des Moines East players after the state title. They're both crying. They're both crying and they're hugging each other. And that just tells you him as a coach and the emotion that those players give means a lot. And he loves coaching basketball. And I'm glad he decided to come out of retirement and get back to coaching.
Yeah, absolutely.
An incredible hire by Waukee Northwest. Getzler gets fouled on the way up. That is 5 fouls on Waukee. And, Chris, that's another thing. I mean, yes, coming back into a game, you got to hit shots, but you can't just give a team chances at the free throw line.
Yeah, it's kind of been the recipe for disaster, right? If you're a Waukee Warrior, too many turnovers, too many missed shots, and honestly, just not enough attention to detail on the defensive end.
Also worth noting, Kennedy Princehouse has not played at all tonight.
Right, I saw
either.
she was also in street clothes. So hopefully it's nothing too serious for either of those two girls. They're going to want to be fresh and ready to go down the stretch.
The flu bug's been going around like the plague, so you hopefully keep away from that. Getzler hits 1 of 2, and she'll check out to the bench.
Well, so it gives some opportunities for a couple younger girls, and they've done a really nice job tonight as well.
Three-pointer from the corner, going to go in and out.
Good pass. Way to have your head up.
Logan Vogt all the way on the other end. And lays it in.
Very nice.
Vogt on the break.
That's just kind of a nice little touchdown pass
Absolutely.
sort of play. Waukee has just can't get around the press.
Yeah, they're really struggling with that.
He's going to get a
pressure.
foul there on Northwest with 1:37 to go here in the first half.
Doesn't it just show you the athletes, though, Northwest can run at you when they have 2 of their top 8, 2 of their people that are in their 8 or 9 person rotation are out, and they still just have such a deep athletic team.
Chloe Moen is in the ballgame for the first time tonight.
Good job. Good opportunity for some of these girls who maybe don't play quite as much to get out and work on all the things they've been working on this year, too.
Zalo working on Danberg, and Danberg got it back, swatted, hit Zalo on the back as she was out of bounds, and Danberg will take that every day of the week.
Tell you what, those are big plays right there. Watching her move her feet like that on defense, sometimes those are when we were talking about what's the littlest thing that you can do to get better. Man, if she can move her feet like that on defense in big games against some other big, really good players, that's going to be a difference-making type of play.
Danberg's going to have a fun decision. Is she going to play volleyball or is she going to play basketball? Because if I remember correctly, she's ranked about top 20 in the state in both.
Well, she wants the ball in the post right now. Look at the skip.
Zalo had her guarded. 1 minute to go here in the first half. Bilic got blocked back, and it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to stay with Northwest. Waukee wanted us to travel. Dylan Peterson checks in. She's going to Iowa Central to play basketball. This is the deepest I've seen Coach Powell go into his bench all year long. And
back-to-back games.
I'm sure for his own sake, he needed this game to get in their possession early and take control because after last night, again, back-to-backs are tough. Baker off the bloody nose and all. She's got pretty much both nostrils plugged up. Van Kuren spins and shorts it. She made that one earlier.
Yep.
Shot clock is dead, and if Northwest does hold, Waukee might go scoreless here in this second quarter.
Yeah. And they have had some good looks, just haven't got anything to fall.
Dylan Peterson knocks down the three-pointer.
Good action, good cutting without the ball. And, if you work for a good shot, you know that Romy Croat's going to find you. Oh, good move.
I think that's 8 or 9 girls that have individually scored. There's a block, and that's going to do it for the end of the first half. Northwest holds Waukee scoreless in quarter number 2, 30-8. Wolves on top. We'll be back for the second half of action. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
It's the Start Something New sales event happening now at Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Knoxville, Iowa. Take up to $13,000 off new 2026 Ram 1500s with Conquest Cash or 0% for 60 months. 2025 Ram Heavy Duties, over $12,000 off MSRP on select units. And on all new Rams, receive best-in-class 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And 2025 Wranglers, up to $10,000 off with Stellantis loyalty. Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Knoxville, Iowa.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe a neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
It's the Start Something New sales event happening now at DeYarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Knoxville, Iowa. Take up to $13,000 off new 2026 Ram 1500s with Conquest Cash or 0% for 60 months. 2025 Ram Heavy Duties, over $12,000 off MSRP on select units. And on all new Rams, receive best-in-class 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And 2025 Wranglers, up to $10,000 off with Stellantis loyalty. DeYarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Knoxville, Iowa.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe a neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Welcome back for the second half of action. Waukee Northwest leads Waukee 30-8 at the halftime break. Waukee held scoreless in the second quarter. 0 points for the Warriors in the second quarter. Sometimes the rim it's not friendly to you, and on the second quarter it wasn't. Big deal here for Waukee Northwest. Feels like this is going to be a half where Coach Powell's going to learn a lot about his full team. He's going to get a lot of bench depth. See what happens here. Yeah,
you know, if you're in Coach Powell's situation going on a back-to-back night, probably what he really would like to see is get off to a good early lead and then be like, all right, then I'm going to give an opportunity to some other people that aren't getting as much varsity court time, see what they can do and let them finish it out. If you're Waukee, you know, we talked about this, I think, a lot during the second quarter, doing a lot of things right. Just the game does come down to putting the ball through the hoop at some point and doing some things well, but not that particular aspect, which is probably the most important factor, not happening for them.
And some people may be wondering why the random Monday night game. Northwest was supposed to play Valley 2 weeks ago on Friday night. We were supposed to cover it on the Central Iowa Sports Network. It got delayed or postponed because of the snow and ice. So,
but
actually
the boys,
cold.
Right?
It was cold. No, the boys, I don't know when that got postponed to or reviewed to.
Yeah, there we go. Good kick.
Abijay Peters for three. Not going to drop, and Romy Croat is on the glass.
That's exactly what you want to do against the 2-3 zone. Get it to the high post, turn, look opposite. You got the open jumper, just weren't able to knock it down.
Abijay Peters steals it away and all the way. First bucket since the first quarter for Waukee.
Needed to get the lid off that rim, so good job, Abijay, getting the steal, and see if that can't get him on a little bit of a run. The same rules apply for Northwest, though. You don't want to just play sloppy basketball, right? They did so many things well in the first half. Now you want to keep building off that.
Danberg on the low post, trying to work her way around Olivia Baker.
One of the... Sorry.
You're good. Burpo just misses that one.
One of the things they might be learning, too, is this, I call Vogt. She's kind of a hybrid, right? But playing all three of those tall girls at the same time might be something Coach Powell just wants to see in game action and see, maybe it'll look great. Maybe it won't, but this is a good game for him to figure some of that out. He's going to take a timeout right here and make some stuff.
Coach Powell.
He's seen enough.
Coach Powell's up 30-12 now, and he said, we need to adjust some stuff. That's a coach's coach right there. There are some people at home probably thinking, really?
Oh, I promise you. Especially at this point in the season. Like, this is the point in the season where you're dragging, you're sleep deprived, and look, it was a very much a huddle like, I'm subbing, I'm making a couple subs, go play better.
Changing up a couple things. If anything, Victoria Burpo checks out.
Yeah.
Leah Jenilovich will check into the ball game.
And I want to make sure I'm being clear. This is not a Burpo problem. It's just their rotation is a little out of whack without McCann. And he might have wanted just to take a look at what that would look like. And I think he's probably like, because they didn't get off to the greatest start either. And I think he's probably like, I don't like that look.
It sure feels like, based off what we've seen and what Northwest has remaining in their schedule, they are favored in the rest of the games as Zalo gets the block, but good rebound by Jenny Lovich on her own. Northwest, all things considering, should hold on to the number 2 spot.
Yep.
As that one's a long knockdown 3 for Romy Croat. And that's huge because they're going to be heavily favored through the regional final. That's just how it works. And that means they're going to go to the state tournament with a 2 seed. That's about as good as it gets for Waukee Northwest.
Right? Yeah. Well, especially, let's be honest, like, you're going to have to play Dowling or Johnston, but you want to play Dowling right now if you're them. That's
and
a
it
team
sure
they beat.
Feels like there's no way Dowling will drop out of the 3rd spot. So I feel like no matter what, Northwest and Dowling are probably going to meet in the state semifinals, and Johnston's probably going to play one of the Eastern Iowa schools and or Ankeny.
Well, and for many reasons. You talked about it earlier when we were going through those three have really separated themselves. Even if someone were to lose, and obviously Dowling lost last night to Johnston, but that's not going to punish them at all.
Well, and we saw Iowa City High got up to 4th, and then they got upset by Prairie.
And that's not to say we've seen a few of those other teams that in a quarterfinal matchup they could make life miserable for any. It's basketball. Let's make sure we're, we all know, all of us hoopers out there know that like anything can happen on a game. We're just saying that's the structure of the tournament.
Right. We'll be here before you know it at the beginning of March, first week of March. Regionals in just a few weeks. Feels like we just started at the end of November. Zalo puts up a tough shot, gets her own rebound though. Tries to go up through contact, and can't get it to go.
It is a fun time of year when it comes to basketball.
Jenny Lovich tosses that one on the ground. It was last touched by Waukee.
Good hands that time.
And it'll be Grace McCann to bring it up the floor. Northwest had 8 different players score in the first half. Bilic wide open for 3, and it's back-to-back three-pointers to start the half.
Really good flex action that time. She sets the screen on the flex cut, and then she gets a screen back and gets wide open for 3. Really good action.
Mata Bilic has got 9 tonight. That one's going to be out of bounds off the hands of Olivia Baker. And mass substitutions here for Waukee.
A trio of Warriors into the game. Susie Scott, number 3, number 24, Julia Van Buren, and number 5.
36-12. It is Northwest with the advantage here.
Going to be a full crowd, though, by the time we get to this boys' game, I think.
I think so. I look up around us, and we're
not much.
They got people behind us up here at near the top.
I mean, I thought it was just your cronies like wanted to sit by you.
I will say, hopefully next year when they make the schedule, maybe it's just me. I always feel like as Romy Croat goes diving in for the ball, it's going to be a foul. Hopefully next year, this rivalry should always be on a Friday night. Should it not?
Yeah, you talked about that.
I just feel like it's so weird being on a Tuesday, and why not make it Friday? You build up to it. You know you can have a fun night, and
for sure that first one in December.
Yes,
when
yes.
I feel like by this time of the year, it's kind of gotten the legs the season has. But, yeah, this is just a game that should be on Friday
This is
night.
the first time I think both matches have been on Tuesday nights.
Such a fun atmosphere, environment, you know, for all these kids and their families.
Vana Bilic with the steal all the way to the other end and gets the layup to go. And it's crazy, in that first year, they only played once. Waukee, they played here at Waukee.
Really? Why is that?
I don't know. Granted, you got to think they didn't play football with each other until, what, year 3? That's kind of how it works.
Interesting.
Ava J. Peters here at the top of the key. Trying to work her way through traffic and just can't get it to go. It's been that kind of night.
Yeah, there's just been a lid on that basket.
McCann.
Still playing hard, though.
Yeah, McCann working hard against her. Now they try to get it down low to Burpo, and they're going to get a foul on Worstein.
Got to throw that one up there. That was the time for a little bit more of a lob pass.
Warrior foul on number 5, Taryn Burstein, her second.
I have a timeout here taken by Coach Powell. It is going to be, is it going to be our first full?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. We'll take a break with them. 38-12, Northwest leads. We'll be right back.
As the seasons change, so should the colors in your garden and around your home. Nothing says fall like a splash of beautiful colors from the Fall Mums from Good Greenhouses. No one has a larger selection of gorgeous mums or better pricing, with sizes from small pots to large containers that are sure to make the neighbors jealous. For over 118 years, the Good family have grown and sold the best mums in Iowa in a rainbow of stunning fall colors. Come see for yourself, just north of Interstate 80 and only 8 minutes south of Ankeny.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. 38-12. Waukee Northwest leads over Waukee. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here. 3:30 to go here in the third quarter. Northwest, Coach Powell, would you believe it? He has less timeouts left than Waukee does. And look at the scoreboard.
You know what, though? Let's also look at the positive side of that. He's still coaching, right?
Yes.
Because he knows, you said, I think 3 more opportunities for them before, it's win or go home.
2 more.
He's just trying to, okay.
Yep.
So he's trying to teach all the way through, because and maybe it's some of these young girls that he wants to have, really ready to go.
And I was looking at an opposing schedule. Leah Jenilovich knocks down the 3.
She's played really well tonight.
Northwest ends the year at Dowling. So check what I said about writing in the 2 seed. That game will be, arguably, for the 2 seed. That game is at Dowling Catholic,
that makes
mind
sense,
you.
though, because we had the first one, which was the last round.
So keep an eye on that one, because really, that will determine the 2 seed.
Oh.
Now, granted, they're going to play each other, and then, like I said, the statement still stands. They're going to play each other in the
It's going to be 2 and 3, I think. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Probably the winner of that gets to be the 2 seed.
Yes.
Loser's going to be the 3, more than likely.
Illich loses her own footing.
Is that next Friday?
I don't have the date, but yes, it should be, I believe, the 13th, I think I saw.
That's Friday the 13th.
There you go.
Ooh.
Buckle up. Here's Burpo down on the low post and gets fouled on the way up.
Warrior foul is on number 24.
Going to have 2 shots upcoming for Victoria Burpo. Got the start tonight. She's got 4 points total.
We've talked a lot about her. Just really good-looking young post player. Has a soft touch, moves her feet really well. I feel like she's also gotten so much better from last year. Her improvement has been wonderful.
And number 24, Logan Pope, all in.
A couple more substitutions for Northwest. Kind of 5 in, 5 out somewhat. She does knock down her second. Ball sails long for Waukee. There are a lot of people here, Chris. They just keep walking by us, trying to find
look
room.
at that.
I don't think it'll ever still get to the point of standing room only when it was Sanford versus Omaha Blue. That will be very hard to top. But you think of the star power that there is tonight. Getzler off glass. There's a good play. Coach Powell's going to go back to that one and circle it.
Yeah, and I just think he's going to love what he sees in this freshman. You know what you're going to see after next year when Romy Croat leaves, she's going to step right into that Romy Croat role.
We see a lot of teams get to the state tournament and they don't go deep. And then when they're forced to go deep at the state tournament, you see teams backpedal, and they just kind of freeze. This is a great opportunity to get fresh legs on the floor and understand big situations.
Yeah, 100%. Playing in front of a lot of people,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. Liv Brown is in the ball game now for Northwest, so deeper into the bench and deeper onto my scoring sheet, so I'm going to run out of room here soon. Logan Vogt left wide, open for three.
Yes.
Romy's on the glass.
Of course she is.
She averages almost 6 rebounds per game. That's pretty good as a point guard.
Nose for the basketball. Good cut.
Strong play by Dylan Peterson, or excuse me, that was Quinn Jorgensen. That was in on the play. Worstein goes down the floor and in and out of her hands. Now just a couple turnovers being tossed by Waukee.
Yeah. Coach Powell heard you call for Peterson and got her off the bench.
Well, she hit that 3 earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's be honest, for a lot of teams, she'd be in their rotation, too. She's a good player, good athlete.
It is all full second-team rotation right now on the floor for Waukee Northwest. The lead is 30. Maranzalo tries to steal that one and can't get out in front of it. Peterson going to get caught up.
Yeah.
Worstein gets in there and grabs the jump ball. It will be going back to Northwest.
Pesky defense there.
Possession Wolves.
Northwest will throw in underneath. Liv Brown for 3. Can't get it to go. Northwest had been pretty good from the three-point line here in the third quarter. They've missed their last 2. Zalo with the lob pass underneath. Got her own rebound. Tries again and gets the and one.
There you go.
And one.
Takes the lid off the basket for Maranzalo. That is her first points of the night.
Well, and it's nice to see her hard work, right? Like, she's still working hard down there and was fighting for every last touch, so good job. And
free throw rolls in. Her facial expression was like, you know what? It's been that night.
Yeah. She's like, come on, give me a break.
Give it to me. Chloe Moen was open for a second. Now they're trying to swing it back over. Another jump ball. This time, Waukee will get the possession.
Possession Warriors. Checking in for Waukee.
Yeah, I like that, though. Coach Powell's still coaching, right? He doesn't like those turnovers, and I always like to see that personally. Like, I think everybody who gets court time, you want to see him get better.
Feeding Zalo the hot hand here. She gets around Liv Brown and gets the layup to go.
Zalo for 2.
Northwest with just 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock here in the third quarter. And they got a foul. This is going to be on Northwest. It's going to be on Dylan Peterson. Nope, it's on Waukee. Maranzalo, her third.
It's kind of weird. It's like this game's kind of in slow motion right now.
Well, we were closing in on continuous clock.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of sitting at 29, 30, 31. So you're not really going to get to it. And I feel like with Waukee Northwest got the backups in, Waukee's probably going to keep this around. So if you're tuning in here ready at 7:30 for the boys game, my guess is the boys game probably won't be starting until at least 8 o'clock. Abby J. Peters takes that one to the basket.
Might be waiting a little bit.
We did start a little bit later.
Northwest foul is on number 40, Chloe Moen.
Peters will go to the line to shoot 2.
Abby J. Peters.
It's the 4th foul of the quarter for Waukee Northwest. The first one is up and good.
There you go.
Chris and I will think of podcast topics for the fourth quarter.
What should Chris and Blake talk about in the fourth quarter?
Getzler with the rebound here with 6 seconds to go.
I've already made our Waukee Northwest predictions in the next 3 years.
Moen at the horn, not going to go. We will go to the fourth quarter, 44-20. Northwest leads over Waukee. One more quarter to go. We'll be right back.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Quarter number 4 here at Waukee High School. Northwest leads Waukee 44-20. The starters are back in for Waukee Northwest. So Coach Powell going to get a little bit more run out of his starters.
Yeah, and I think he probably just wants to see them, finish strong, right? He probably told me that's not what he wants to see right there.
Maranzalo all the way
There
gets
you
it to go. There's a couple good minutes by Maranzalo.
Absolutely.
She had 5 in the third quarter. Now she's got 7. I talked about it. She's going to Grandview. Grandview's got a good basketball team this year. I think they're second in the Hart Conference this year. They're a
We
fun
know
team.
they got some kids coming in,
Yeah.
right? We like
Avery
from
Moon.
Moon
Yep.
from Valley. That's right. And I think Zalo's going to be a good collegiate player for him as well.
As a former Grandview alum, I hope she enjoys the campus. I enjoyed Grandview my time at Grandview.
You're a fan.
Three-pointer is up and good for Samantha Rice. It's her second three-pointer of the ballgame.
Good to see the kind of the lid come off. Let Waukee feel some good vibes.
Danberg all the way and 1. That is 4 on Zalo.
Really nice job. Little shot fake to get her off her feet, right? And just got absorbed the contact, was strong enough to get the three-point play. Pending the free throw.
9 players have scored tonight for Northwest.
Nice.
Converts the and 1. 47-25. Northwest trying to move to 14-4 on the season. Zalo spinning up and good.
Yes, she did. Zalo +1.
It feels like for Zalo, her ability to take over a game is quite apparent, and I think she might be kicking herself that she wasn't trying that. I mean, she was. She had a lot of open looks in that first half, just couldn't quite find the bottom of the bucket, but you can see what she can do on the low post.
You bet. And we talked about that a lot off air. Just she's a really good player.
She's had to play center.
Yeah,
and I assume when she goes to Grandview, she's going to play,
3 more.
Yeah.
That's what I would guess. I know we live in the positionless basketball world, but I think that'll still be more her cup of tea.
Boy, good cut. Crowett
really
all the way. Northwest is so good at cutting to the lane.
Yeah, really good stuff.
I can imagine the type of drills they work on in practice.
You've heard me all year, right? Like, it's not that hard just to emphasize playing off 2 feet, coaches. Yeah. Emphasize it.
You told me the other week, as Vogt misses the runner, Danberg's on the rebound. Here comes Crowett on the way and gets it to go. You told me the other week something about refs will call fouls if you're going off 2 feet more than 1 feet.
Absolutely.
And now I can't watch a college basketball game the same. Every
It's
single
true, right?
time.
Yeah.
But then when a guy gets a foul with 1 foot, I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
It's you just are stronger. You have a stronger base. It's easier to score. It's easier to absorb the contact. Good things happen.
Maranzalo can't miss. Long three-pointer. They throw a touchdown pass on the other end, and Northwest gets called.
And, where we talked a lot about state tournament and stuff. As you watch these good teams play, you'll see teams who do those fundamentals win big games, right? Because what happens in that tournament is you progressively play tougher and tougher, right? You might be able to beat a team you're just better than, but when it gets an evenly matched team, little things like that make the difference.
I watched Johnston last night. Johnston, I think Coach Gillett kind of knows, it's a great team. They are the best team in 5A. But they're not the team that he's had in the past, where they can have nights where they're off, and they struggled at some points, and they get to the free throw line a lot, more than I have seen a Johnston team in the past, and that's just how they play. I don't want to know how many fouls were called last night. It was quite a few, but that's just kind of what you see in games like that.
Yeah.
It is, and they're such a fun team to watch. They can make shots. They got talent all over the floor.
I thought their role players played really well last night, right? 2 girls had 17 points that are not in their top 2 or 3 scorers. And give credit. I mean, you got to give credit to Jenica, too, for setting up her teammates, right? Knowing it was a fun game to watch.
Congratulations to Jenica for making the McDonald's All-American game.
Really fun to see.
55-30. Both teams, I feel like they're just kind of playing loose right now. This kind of feels like a pickup basketball game at the park.
Do you feel like, I really hope Jenica gets her flowers at the state tournament this year? I know it sounds hard to believe, but it's kind of been a quiet, unbelievable career for her.
It kind of feels like every single year that Johnston made it, of the 3 that she's been a part of, the 3 state titles, there's always the thought, well, she's good, but she's not the best player on the team. And, she has help.
When you're a young player.
She has been the one this year and clearly has stepped up. And Johnston has won the close games.
Yeah.
They haven't lost. And their win streak, I think, is almost 70 now. They have not lost, and they're winning the close games. Whereas in the past, they didn't have close games, simply. But
I think, we saw Dowling last night. I will tell you, I think Northwest appears to be the toughest matchup for them. They match up with them a little more athletically, and again, it's a tournament, and it's not that, I don't know if Northwest can get past Dowling either.
Dowling can always look so much different. We saw them against Valley. Lights out. They scored 50 points in the first half. It's just a weird combination, but
sure, it's fun though. We have had a lot of exposure with those few teams, and watching it play out here in the next couple weeks is going to be a lot of fun.
And obviously we can't speak on behalf of the Eastern Iowa schools, but Cedar Falls is very good. One of the Iowa City schools, if not 2, are going to make it to the state tournament. They're going to be fun to watch.
And Ankeny and Valley are going to kind of duke out. You would like to think.
They will avoid each other from the state tournament. Ooh. Long 3-pointer that time for Paige Gossman. I tell you what, and we talked about it in the pregame, the team that if you're Ankeny or Valley, the team you do not want to see is Centennial. And I have a good feeling Ankeny could probably get matched up with Centennial. The way things look,
we had them first game of the year.
Yeah. And they
team,
didn't
right?
look good at all.
No,
and now all of a sudden,
team.
They beat Valley, they beat Ankeny. I mean, they're starting to kind of roll together a couple of games.
It's funny, remember talking about that? Because it was young team, new coach, and we were like, this is going to be a way different team. And
I thought it'd take a year, and then
yeah.
all of a sudden they get ranked and they're starting to win, and you're like, well, maybe they're starting to figure it out.
It's fun to see that growth. You know, that's why February and March basketball is so much fun, is because that's when teams are playing their best basketball. They figured it all out.
59-33. Northwest trying to put the finishing touches on a dominating performance this evening. If you're an NBA fan, James Harden just got traded to the Cavaliers.
Okay, I was kind of keeping track of that. Everything started moving a little bit. Bulls made a couple moves right after school. I was checking it out.
Werstein with the three-pointer.
Was it for what's the Garland?
I'm not sure.
You can't give me everything?
My app
Come
just
on,
says
Blake.
he's going to the Cavs.
All right.
We got our cameras acting up again, so we'll just have our floor cam here. Comes Northwest.
We're over here having fun, and poor Rachel's working hard.
It's all the people, the cell signals. You never know. McCann for three. No good. Getzler on the rebound, and no good as well, but good fight.
Nice to see both teams still playing hard, right?
Waukee has completely emptied the bench. Evelyn Owens is in the ball game for Waukee.
Jorgensen, number 20.
Northwest also going into the last bit of their bench. Olivia Chassow is about to check in.
Olivia Chasso, number 4.
Templeman, right?
Yep.
I remember that from earlier this year.
Emery Smith, number 54 for the Wolves.
Dylan Peterson all the way on the other end, and the layup is good.
We talked about Dylan a little bit, right? You look at that.
She's going to Iowa Central to play basketball,
hand.
and that sounds crazy because she doesn't play a lot, but she clearly has a lot of skill.
I think it just shows you how talented the program is. But a lot of times you look at really good championship-level teams, and they make teams better in practice.
And
they do all those things.
I can't speak on behalf of what she does at AAU. Who knows what happens on the travel side.
Yep. Oh, look at that.
Another three-pointer on the other side. Paige Gossman can't miss. She's on it.
I mean,
she's throwing celebrations up. She's happy.
She's living her best life.
Hey, we talked about Northwest, but Waukee, Coach Franklin's going to figure out some things too tonight. I mean, three-pointer from the wing, in and out.
Crowd's starting to get their juice going a little bit, getting ready for this big boys matchup.
Waukee, you'll lose this game, you're going to go 3-13. I talk about teams you don't want to see in regionals. Waukee almost beat Cedar Rapids, Washington. They almost beat Ankeny. They're going to hang with teams.
Absolutely.
Somebody out east is probably going to get this Waukee team, and it's not going to be a fun time.
They're going to be like, how did they only win,
I think they only lost to Iowa City West by just a little bit earlier in the season.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Good hands.
On the other end, layup is short. Northwest student section wants 3 points. They don't want 2.
You know what's going on here.
Here comes Liv Brown all the way on the other end, and the layup is good, 66-39. They're so upset for
a collective groan from the
crazy.
They want to foul.
Shot clock is dead on this one. Northwest is going to move to 14-4. Coach Powell going to pick up his 44th win.
Man, those threes have started to rain here at the end.
Sitzman knocks down the long three. Northwest 14-4. Waukee going to go to 3-13. As we'll wait and see how everything shakes out with the regional finals here, or regionals in a couple weeks where everybody gets put. But strong performance tonight for Waukee Northwest. And clearly, you could have come out flat after a back-to-back night. They did their job tonight.
Count the basket.
Well, the teammates are happy for Paige Gossman, and I'm happy for her. Good smile on her face, as that will do it. 66-44 is your final score. We will be back in a little bit for the boys matchup. Waukee and Waukee Northwest coming up. Thanks for watching the Central Iowa Sports Network. We'll be back in a little bit.
Rule number 2, be kind. Rule number 3, no surprises. Rule number 5, protect the brand.
The hottest ticket in the state of Iowa on this Tuesday night comes right here in the Metro. It's number 2, Waukee Northwest, on the road in the Fieldhouse, taking on number 3, Waukee, tonight on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, Chris Larson, along with you here this evening in what should be one of the best matchups we've seen of the whole season. Something just feels different. These two teams met earlier in the season back in December. You're still getting the feeling out process for both teams. Northwest hit 10 plus three-pointers. They could not miss. They win 80-58. Waukee kind of left a little embarrassed, and the game was over before it even started, it felt like. Tonight, though, all I keep hearing is, well, Waukee's at home. Waukee's at home. They're not going to lose at home. Well, this is a big one tonight, Chris. And guess what? They're at home. They're here in the Fieldhouse, and this is going to be a fun one.
It's going to be a lot of fun here, and you can throw that first game right out the window. You know, we talked a lot about football legs during that one, and we said growth and seasons are going to change so much. Playing on Waukee's home floor is going to matter, but these are the kind of tests that Waukee Northwest wants, because they want to see if they can go beat a really good team. Waukee's playing their best basketball of the year. Waukee Northwest might very well be the best team in the state. Something's got to give tonight.
Let's talk about the players to watch tonight. Max Roach on one end for Waukee. He reminds me of Mason Costello. I talked about that before, and he's kind of the replacement when he graduated. 11 points per contest, 4 assists, 7 rebounds. He's different than who we'll talk about for Northwest because he's a take-and-make-it shooter. He's not going to go to the basket a lot, but boy, when he gets hot, he's
some ball, right? Let's go.
I mean, I worry that we blew a fuse up top. So we're going to have to keep adjusting volumes and everything else. It's so loud in here. There's so many people in here. We believe we've just shot our entire system. So we're hoping once we get back live, we have an opportunity. As we are off and running, Isaiah Oliver gets the layup, and actually it's going to be Nash Kukin who lays it up and in, and we're off and running here at Waukee.
An exciting start for a very excited gymnasium right now.
Got to start fast in a game like this.
You bet.
We are live. Okay, I just wanted to make sure everything is working. Maybe. We'll wait and see. But we're working through technical difficulties to start this one here tonight. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here. This one's knocked away on the drive in. Northwest wearing black tonight. Landon Davis all the way and gets the slam to go.
Yeah, games like this, you got to focus on those little things, right? A lot of energy, a lot of craziness in the crowd. You got to stop the basketball in transition.
Jacobson working his way on the low post against Colin Rice.
Boy,
and just tosses it up. Good defense by Colin Rice.
Really good start for the Wolves right now.
Easy lane. Nash Kukin gets fouled on the way up by Pete Craig. And this looks very similar, Chris, to the first time these two teams met. Northwest just took off, and when you're playing from behind against this team, it's so tough.
You know, it's so much like a state tournament atmosphere when these two teams play, and you really got to guard against getting overhyped up, right? You got to relax. It's still a basketball game, and you can't forget to do all the little things well. As much fun as energy is, it also doesn't always do that much good for you when you're trying to execute on a basketball court.
Nash Kukin does go 1 of 2 from the charity stripe.
I think somebody over here has a whistle in the crowd. They're going to have to get rid of that at some point. Good
Hansen
cut.
Hands off. Craig gets it to go.
Yep. Good dribble penetration. That should get things settled down just a little bit for Waukee. Now let's see if they can't get a good defensive possession.
Five to 2. Northwest leads in the early goings. There's a three-pointer that's off the mark. Rebound taken away by Max Roach.
Looking to run.
Roach back to Jacobson. Ooh, didn't take the three. Thought maybe he would. Instead, he tries to go all the way, and the floating shot doesn't go on the hook.
Yeah, he has a lot in his arsenal right there, and that was a good penetration. Oh, pretty good turnover there.
That ball knocked away and out. Waukee ball.
And we talked about that a lot in the first matchup. One of the things that Northwest has the advantage on is they have two big, long guys that both can guard Jacobson. Right now, Landon Davis on that assignment.
Still getting rolling Hill. Still working out a couple technical difficulty things. We'll get those figured out as we go. We appreciate the patience here.
Good cut.
Craig, nothing there. Now we'll go up against Colin Rice. Craig spinning. Got it to go.
How about the sophomore? I feel like every time we see him play, he just gets a little bit better.
And I think he'd even tell you, he didn't look great in that first matchup against Waukee Northwest, and we knew he has to be better. Oliver loses it on the way up.
Good hands by
Davis
White.
again.
Oh, my goodness.
Woo. Unbelievable high flying action. Coach Underwood's got to love what he sees over in Champaign.
Illinois is playing well, and they're going to be excited to add on a player like Landon Davis.
They already got freshman of the year point guard, you feel like, in the country. Wait till they add him. Craig working on Rice. Rice hits the floor. Now Craig fires a jumper and gets it to go. I think some people thought that the ankles were broken. I thought for sure Rice just might have fell back on his own legs, but the crowd's fired up.
The middle school kids thought it, though.
We were going to get to it in the pregame, Chris, but the crowd is going to be so big tonight. Waukee can't let them get out of it.
Exactly right. You got to keep making plays on both ends of the floor to keep the crowd engaged.
Jacobson with the rebound, and here comes Waukee with a chance to take their first lead of the night. There's Roach in the corner. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter, moving things along here. Jacobson working on Davis. His turnaround is on the way, and he gets called on the foul. A later whistle up in the air, but Jacobson will go to the line to shoot. 2.
Yeah, might have got him just on the hand there on the follow-through.
The score is 6-7.
So Jacobson will go to the line. And the first one is good. Headed to Texas A&M for his collegiate career. And to my knowledge, still maybe undecided, might play both basketball and football, not really sure yet. I think the original was committed to football to play for Coach Elko.
I think Evan might have a little blood on him, so they're going to make him go get that cleaned up by the trainer. I'll tell you one thing, though, Blake. If you're just a fan of basketball in Central Iowa, and, this is coming from a coach who's if you're just a fan of basketball or you're a former coach or a former player, get out to one of these Waukee Northwest games. It is really amazing.
It's one of the best environments I have seen. And while I haven't been to Iowa City High versus Iowa City West or some of the other ones, it's just every single one has just been so electric. And the way Waukee is built, I almost would say Waukee's the one to go to because it's small in here.
Yeah, right.
But it's so packed, it's so loud. Just kind of one of those environments that just kind of lends itself to a really fun atmosphere. And
it's fun for the whole community.
Yeah. Waukee has their first lead of the night after the 2 free throws by Evan Jacobson. Here's Rice for 3. No good. Hit the floor. Thought maybe he got fouled as Davis touched it last. It is out of bounds, and it will go to Waukee.
Okay.
I got to give a huge shout out to our producer, Rachel, and I'm sure Justin, one of our other producers, is at home checking everything. They got the whole stream back up and running. Again, things might be a little out of whack, but working hard to get it. We appreciate the efforts.
We are so appreciative. We just get to sit and have fun and watch and talk about the game. They're working their tails off.
We clearly were giving way too much about these player of the games, and then the screens went black. So
I thought it was my talking that put it to sleep.
There's Landon Hansen, the former Waukee Northwest Wolf. Can't get to the lane. He gets ripped from behind by Nash Kukin. Kukin hits the deck and with the save.
Yeah, really, really nice play by Heitland that time. Everybody was involved in that, and you like to see that. Oh, that's a foul.
Davis gets chopped on the arm. That was a clear foul. Jacobson came across off the arm.
I just happened to have Coach Watson in my peripheral vision, and that was almost one of those like, wait a sec. All right, you got it. It was just, the whistle was just a touch slow.
Davis will go to the line and shoot 2. 27 of 43 from the charity stripe this year, and the first one is up and good.
That's what makes him so good, too, right? Rice off, had a couple clean looks and hasn't knocked him down yet. But then you have Davis who can get off to such a hot start. That's what makes this Northwest team just so dangerous.
Second one is good for Landon Davis. Waukee Northwest, only the second time this year they're coming off a loss. They lost to West Allis Central, one of Wisconsin's top teams.
Yeah, I think ranked number 2, and they have an Iowa State recruit on their team. I watched it. It was a phenomenal basketball game.
Colin Rice with the steal, aided by Isaiah Oliver. Now Oliver will look to push the pace. Here's a three-pointer on the way, and it's good. Mac Heitland with the long 3, and a timeout on the floor for Coach Kanaski trying to get things out in front. His deficit is 4.
I like the timeout by Coach Kanaski, right? Kind of for the things you've been talking about. You don't want to let it get away, right? You want to keep the crowd in this as long as possible, and for the whole game, right? That was good transition basketball. You just don't want to let, if you have maybe a couple stops and a couple poor offensive possessions, you're going to see him be quick to use those timeouts. There it is right there. Good push by Oliver, and he knows where his shooter's at, and a nice little screen by Davis as well.
Dowling Catholic coming off a very impressive road win against Dowling Catholic, 49-45. I think it was you and I were here when Dowling and Waukee played the first time here at the Fieldhouse, and Waukee just looked uninspired, looked like they couldn't get much going, and Dowling took advantage and came in and routed them.
We talked about that. Waukee, it took them a little while to get going, and every journey's different, right? But there's too many good basketball players, too many good athletes, and too many good coaches, to be honest with you, for them not to be hitting their stride as the year goes along.
Waukee trying to get the ball inside. Northwest has done such a good job keeping them outside the paint.
That's a matchup right there to keep your eyes on, I think. With Kuchen, Garden, Hansen, that might be one that Waukee can take advantage of.
Roach all the way up. It was last touched by a Northwest player. It'll be an inbound for the Warriors.
Yep, without.
There's Jay White. He was big in that win over Dowling, and he gets the and one. Right on cue.
And one.
Yeah, really good cut on the inbounds play, right? And again, played off low center of gravity, right? Didn't try and go too fast. That helps you absorb the contact and then get those and ones.
Checking a spot on the floor. Thought maybe it was a dead spot. It's not.
It's alive.
Number 22, Kane Vandis.
Kane Vandis going to check in for Max Roach. Substitution for Waukee. Northwest still has their original 5 in the ball game.
What do you feel? It felt like a big bucket for Waukee, right? Like you just want to just stay right where you're at.
Yeah, you just can't get behind. It was amazing how quick that game shifted back in December. All because Northwest got out to almost a 20-some-8 lead. Rice all the way through traffic and in.
Coach Watson does such a nice job with his set plays. They run such good action. And that he puts his scorers in such good position to get easy buckets.
It's Collins' first basket of the night. Pete Craig trying to get around the edge, and Rice got a piece of him, and it's called on the blocking foul.
Yeah, I like that now. If I'm Pete Craig, I'm going to keep attacking, right? You got both Rice and Davis with one foul in the first quarter. That can be a game changer if you keep attacking them.
That's just Collins' first foul. As that ball is wide and outside for Kane Vandis. Miscommunication there, trying to get around the edge of the screen.
Yeah.
It was going to be a tough play anyway. Waukee was going to be trapped in the corner.
Yeah, not great spacing on it.
Yeah.
Another opportunity for Northwest to get kind of set in their actions. Let's see what they want to do out of it.
Oliver, good pick and roll. He goes all the way, and it's a foul.
Yep, blocking foul. Just a little bit out of position, right? You sometimes got to square your shoulders if you're going to get that charge call.
Oliver will go to the line to shoot 2. 21 of 33 from the charity stripe this year. Just under 10 points per contest for the future Iowa Hawkeye football player.
Such a good athlete, though. You know, he does so many things well.
Returning for the Warriors.
He might not every night have to bring those big numbers, but down the stretch, what's going to be nice for him is he can. And actually, all 5 of their stars, they could score 20 points on any given night.
And how about this? Already in the first quarter, all 5 of Northwest starting 5 have scored.
Yeah. They look really calm and comfortable out there right now.
They just haven't gotten rattled a lot on the road. They've been to some tougher road environments. This is really their last big test, it feels like, of the season.
I told you, if I'm Waukee, though, I'm going to keep attacking these big guys. Put them in some challenging positions and see what the refs are going to call.
Roach.
Oh, good.
To the basket. Got it. Got the friendly layup to go.
Talked about his quickness, right? He can get by you in a hurry. Good move and a nice finish.
Waukee staying in step here. 16-13 is your score. Rice got around Craig. Goes past Jay White, who was waiting for a possible charge. And Rice makes easy work of that one.
Such good footwork, right? He kind of shot fakes, and he's such a good shooter. You got to get out on him. But then he goes right around the charge for a layup. But really beautiful basketball.
Roach is working on Heitland, and Heitland not going away easy. Roach trying again. Floater is good.
Oh, Max Roach.
Another guy who was a little quiet in that first matchup back in December. They need him hot, and he's got 4 already. Last possession here for Northwest.
Coach Watson, one of the best at maximizing his possessions, right? You're going to see it. He's going to try and get that last possession every quarter. That adds up as the game goes along.
Under 10 to go. Oliver to the corner. 3-pointer by Heitland is no good. Oliver gets his own rebound. And at the horn, no basket. Everybody catches their breath. 18-15. Waukee Northwest leads Waukee. We'll be back for quarter number 2. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Quarter number 2 here at the Waukee Fieldhouse, 18-15. Waukee Northwest leads over Waukee. Blake Walker, Chris Larson riding along with you here this evening.
Good start. Fun atmosphere, fun game.
You're right about the atmosphere. It is crazy in here. Hansen, offensive foul. Good take down low by Nash Kukin.
Offensive foul on number 5.
Waukee got that big bucket there by Max Roach. Got it back within 2, and then they play enough defense there, Chris, to keep it within 3. I don't want to say Waukee's kind of just hanging around, but it sure feels like,
it's
if
what
this
you
thing
have
gets
to do
more than
against
6 points, you're in trouble.
And that's not, Waukee's a really good team. Just the firepower that Northwest has, that's what you really have to do is hang around.
Rice took a really good look with separation against Pete Craig.
Good rebound by Roach. He's really off to a good start tonight.
He was in his bag there for a second.
Yeah,
now he's still working. Now he'll fire a 3. Whoa! How about Max Roach? He's got 7. He's feeling it right now.
He sure is.
Rice wide open for 3, and he's not missing those.
Yeah. That was really good execution on a little slip screen right there. Nice pass by Kukin. Get him that in that shooting pocket, right? Makes it a really easy jumper.
Wolves by 3. Here's Landon Hansen. Craig trying to work his way down low. It's going to be tough for him to get around Rice all night long. Jacobson has given up a couple threes tonight. Here's Jay White. Nice floater is going to go off the front iron. Davis brings it up. He had 2 early dunks to kind of get the Northwest crowd up and going.
Boy, did he ever.
Yeah, he did. Rice working on Craig, and a foul from behind. Is that going to be Jacobson's second?
I think it is.
Evan came flying in.
He got him across the arm. A little bit of a careless one that time. I think it was a
trying to sneak
up
from behind.
It's probably one you gotta just do. No. How about Rice though? Here, make a couple free throws. He'll have a quick 9. Isn't he just? He is such a scorer.
Substitution for the Warriors.
Headed to Lincoln to play for Coach Hoiberg and the Nebraska Cornhuskers, who are, well, they were rolling. They lost 2 straight, but that's besides the point. Fred will get them back going, but Nebraska ball is real, and they're going to get a really good player who I already have put out my guess. He's going to win Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yeah, I think that's a really good guess. I mean, I think Jaden Kuhn up in Storm Lake he'll
be right there as well.
Going to be right there. They are both phenomenal. Again, just the crop of seniors coming out this year, so special.
Jacobson not going to go. There's a good rebound by Vandis, and Jacobson is on the back door and gets it to go.
Yeah,
Davis already took back down court.
Yeah, and Coach Watson wasn't happy with that, but good job by Jacobson cutting it, and then a really good find by Vandis. 2-3 zone. And I take that back there in man.
And Northwest, if a team's going to outshoot a zone, it's going to be Northwest, as that one's going to float in that time for Nash Kukin.
Boy, he's been such a difference maker in the second half of the season, hasn't he?
Northwest shoots 40% from the three-point line. Jay White left wide open for 3. Yes!
Good find that time. That's 2 in a row for Vandis, getting in that paint and finding his teammates.
Back and forth we go. The lead is 2 for Northwest with just over 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
What do you think? I think it's a 2-3 zone. You're tricking me, Coach Kanaski. I can't tell for sure.
Here's Heitland. No. Oliver, though, on the glass. That's going to kill Waukee if they can't get those tonight. Nash Kukin, no. Rebound,
Heitland.
put back. Nicely done by Mac Heitland.
One of the hardest things to do out of a zone is rebound, and a really nice job by Northwest recognizing that and really crashing offensive boards hard.
Roach made a good move and gets blocked by Davis. Jacobson tries his hand, and it won't go.
Got to stop the ball here.
Could be the momentum breaker right here if Northwest can get some points. Here's Rice from way outside, and no good. Waukee takes a huge sigh of relief on that possession.
Well, we talked about it. You got it. This becomes a big possession. You saw Coach Kanaski slow him down, wants to run a set and get a good look that he feels really confident about.
Vandis, couple minutes here. Jacobson stays in the ballgame, worth noting with 2 fouls. Vandis gets fouled.
Look at that. He's come in and given him a nice spark off the bench. A couple really nice assists, and now he gets into the paint and draws a foul.
Vandis comes in averaging just over 3 points per contest. A good piece off the bench for the Warriors. And he'll shoot 2.
I think you're going to see that consistently, and that's something Northwest is Kukin. It's not that he's a poor defender. He's a sophomore still, right? And so he's maybe, when you're looking at the other 4 Division I athletes, right? And so you might see people try and isolate him a little bit. Right there, just go straight up. He didn't have to probably be quite as physical as what he was. But his progress is really, we talked about great teams right now want to become even better. And I think Kukin's, growth this second half of the year has been huge. 1-3-1 half-court trap for Waukee.
Davis with the baseball pass up top to Kukin, and he gets the friendly bounce. It is a 2-pointer, though.
Thank you, right on cue, Nash.
Foot was on the line. Lead is 5.
Tough to play Northwest in that 1-3-1. I mean, they're so long, and they all shoot it so well.
Pete Craig takes a shot, but Vandis is on the glass, and good minutes by Kane Vandis.
Yeah, he's playing really well, using his physicality to his advantage. Going back 1-3-1.
Oliver to a wide open Landon Davis, and Northwest just doesn't miss when they're that wide open.
No. Good ball movement, good dribble penetration to set him up there, and like you said, when they get a good clean look, they're not going to miss very often.
Pete Craig tries again, and hits. Everybody's hitting tonight.
So much of basketball, you make your shots before you shoot them, right? And it's good dribble penetration and great passes that are leading to really good looks, and it makes everybody a better shooter.
Rice misses the jumper from the corner. The lead is 2 with under 3 minutes to go. That was a good response by Pete Craig after that miss in the corner.
Well, and a really good kick by Max Roach to set it up.
Plenty of time, 13 seconds on the shot clock for Roach.
I feel like he's just been outstanding this first half.
Roach all the way and loses it on the way up. It's going to be out of bounds. It will be Waukee ball with 6 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, really nice flow to this game, too. Let's give a shout out. Refs have done a really nice job letting them play a little bit, right? These are 2 really good teams. You don't need to get too involved, but they've called the things they've needed to call, and that makes for fun basketball to watch.
Colin Rice with the steal, this time for Northwest. He's thinking basket, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
What a move, right? His footwork is just phenomenal, and then when you're 6'6", it's just he's got so much length. He finishes inside. Really smooth player.
I don't sell him short. He's 6'8", according to the...
Oh, excuse me, Colin. Sorry about that. Oh, heads up right there.
Oliver spins. Roach gets it back. Good defensive effort for both guys.
6'8", huh?
That's what it says.
He is long. I believe it. Coach Watson would never lie about something like that.
Roach back to Jacobson. Evan got one in the air. He takes the free throw and misses.
I would have liked to seen that one more kick right there. It was a tough 2, and I think once he got him in the air, he could have had Max Roach for a wide open 3 on the weak side.
Boy, big opportunity. Northwest can take their biggest lead of the game right here.
Yep.
Kukin, nice pass, but off the fingertips of Mac Heitland. It's crazy, but in games like this, circle a possession like that.
Yeah, but you also see Coach Watson was giving him a hand because it was good basketball. It was the right idea. Just, sometimes when you're playing against good, strong athletes on the other side, you can get in trouble. I believe they did keep Jacobson. They thought they might try and sneak out of this half with if they get a stop before a defensive end. I think that Coach Kanaski will try and get him out. Want to protect him with those 2 fouls.
White will bring it up the floor, trailing by 4 here. White all the way, gets fouled. They're not going to give Waukee the point despite either Landon Davis or Colin Rice pulled. Now they do. Pulled on the bottom of the rim. It's kind of
interesting here, though, because we have one official. The 2 officials said we're going to count it. The other one was telling the Waukee coach, no. Don't.
The one in the paint says it's going to count because, they're still going to talk about it. And it is. He pulled on the bottom of the basket with the net, and it did. It altered. Yeah. That was a big thing with the Xavier Foster days. I remember that. It happened all the time. Jay White's can't hit it.
I saw it too many times in person. Yeah, it was
like, what is a block and what is a goaltending? So Jay White misses the free throw. He's thanking his lucky stars that was called. He gets 2 points out of it.
Oh, good pass.
Davis underneath and gets it to go.
See that little behind-the-back wraparound pass? Landon Davis having a phenomenal first half. Really active on the offensive end.
White just fires a mid-range jumper. That was a tough shot, well guarded. About 10 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock here for Northwest.
Good pass.
Rice left wide open again. He misses that one. Shot clock is dead.
Yeah, it's been a little bit interesting, right? Yep, good job by Coach Kanaski. He's going to get that final shot of the half. Rice has had some really good looks that haven't gone down. So, Coach Watson probably feels like he's leaving a little meat on the bone.
Vandis with the ball in his hands. Now 10 seconds on the clock. White waiting. Pete Craig for 3. No good. Isaiah Oliver on the glass. And that will do it for the end of the first half. 36-32, a high-scoring affair tonight here in the Fieldhouse between number 2 and number 3. Don't go away. Fun second half upcoming. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
It's the Start Something New sales event happening now at Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Knoxville, Iowa. Take up to $13,000 off new 2026 Ram 1500s with Conquest Cash or 0% for 60 months. 2025 Ram Heavy Duties. Over $12,000 off MSRP on select units. And on all new Rams, receive best-in-class 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And 2025 Wranglers up to $10,000 off with Stellantis loyalty. Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Knoxville, Iowa.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless, and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe a neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
36-32 here at your halftime break. Waukee and Waukee Northwest going at it for the second time this year. Northwest won the first matchup 80-58, ran away. It was kind of over by halftime, in all honesty. This time around, Northwest is the better team. You can just see it on the floor. But Waukee is hanging tough. They're hanging around. Going to have to try to give themselves a chance later. I want to talk about the zone. That's what I really want to talk about, because Waukee decides to go to a zone. It allowed a couple three-pointers, but then Waukee Northwest started missing three-pointers. Do you think they stick with the zone, or do they try to keep changing things around?
I think they're going to keep trying to mix things up. I really believe some part of that zone, and we saw a couple different types of zone. Part of that was with Jacobson with the 2 fouls, and I think Coach Kanaski really felt like we can't afford to not have him on the basketball floor. So I think in the second half, you're going to see them go back to their traditional man-to-man, but then you're going to see a lot of mix-ups and variations as the game goes along. And I could agree with you more. Like, you got to figure out a way to make Northwest uncomfortable, right? Because they're just such an explosive offensive team. And you hang around, you shorten up the game a little bit, and then you keep it close in the fourth quarter, and anything can happen.
In a game like this, anything can happen. We've seen it before. 36-32 is your score. Landon Davis and Colin Rice lead all with 11 apiece. For Waukee, it is Pete Craig with 9. Yeah. He's been big tonight, and you expect that. Evan Jacobson, he's only got 4, but he kind of had to play a little bit timid there. He had 2 fouls.
Yeah, and we talked about it. It's just always going to be a really tough matchup for him, right? And so that's just something that we're going to have to keep our eye on. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to get Evan involved really early in the second half. I know they like to do some of that high pick and pop and get some of that action where he can either get it and shot fake, go downhill, or maybe find an open jumper or two.
And we always talk about games like this. There's always one player that steps up that you didn't expect it. Right now he's got 4. Kane Vandis has been very big tonight.
Phenomenal. And the points weren't even the biggest thing, right? It was his rebounding, his physicality on defense, and then some great passes. He's played phenomenal.
Him and Landon Hansen have kind of been in and out of the lineup at the same time, so we'll keep an eye on that as the evening goes on. We'll take one more break, and when we come back, second half of action. Number 2 Northwest leads number 3 Waukee 36-32.
It's the Start Something New sales event happening now at Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ames, Iowa. Take up to $13,000 off new 2026 Ram 1500s with Conquest Cash or 0% for 60 months. 2025 Ram Heavy Duties, over $12,000 off MSRP on select units. And on all new Rams, receive best-in-class 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And 2025 Wranglers, up to $10,000 off with Stellantis loyalty. Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Ames, Iowa.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
We are almost ready to get going for the second half of action. Number 2, Waukee Northwest. Number 3, Waukee. Good finish coming up here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. We had those technical difficulties to start the night, but it's one of the best. It's the hottest ticket of the night, really, in the state of Iowa. One of the top games you're going to watch all season and see all season. And you talked about it, the environment, nothing like it. It's going to be a fun one here in the second half.
The teams have made it worth the while to stick around for sure. It's going to be a fun one, and we kind of talked about first 4 minutes of a second half are always really big. If you're Coach Watson, you want to extend this lead, right? You want to get to 8 to 10 points because I think he feels pretty confident. That's a hard run to make on his team, right? Whereas if you're Waukee, you're like, if we can just get off to a hot start, then we just got to kind of play even with them the rest of the half. So let's keep a close eye on these first 4 minutes and see who can get the upper hand.
I am pretty sure the largest lead tonight has been 5. It just kind of feels like if it's 6, it's like, well, that might be it in a game like this. You just never know. But
I think Waukee Northwest will get the ball to start the second half, and so I told you, Coach Watson, one of the best at organizing his team and running really nice set plays. So Waukee's going to have to be at their best defensively here. Let's give it a look.
Northwest will have it first, as Chris said, and we'll get going here for the second half of action. Northwest brought out the black uniforms for tonight. Waukee in their classic whites.
As we go right down to that post to Jacobson. That's a good move.
I'd love to get him 3 fouls.
Yeah, I sure would.
Landon spinning, got off the hip, really well done.
Yeah, they really got him isolated over there. And, you know, Evan kind of had to play that just a little soft, than he probably would like to normally, but he's got to protect those fouls.
13 tonight for Landon Davis.
Played really well.
Boy, Max Roach had a really nice cut to the basket.
Yeah,
they missed him.
Big possession here for Waukee. Good find, good find.
Jacobson, though, not going to put his back to the basket. Now he does. Here comes the double. Under 8 seconds on the shot clock. Craig has to just toss up a weird shot. Northwest, largest lead of the ball game now, and the ball.
Yeah, we talked about these first few possessions here. Let's see what Northwest can do.
Kukin almost lost it. Here comes Davis, trying to work his way down low, and the turnaround is good.
Just super basketball. Talked about this in the girls' game, right? Really nice job avoiding that double team by jump stopping. Got himself under control, and he's so big that he's hard to defend down that low.
Roach needed it, and this might be danger zone territory. Here comes Northwest all the way on the other end. Here's Heitland. Oliver will back it out. Going to be smart here with this possession for how big it is.
Right back to it.
Davis working on Jacobson. He'll just give it to him.
Probably good miss. D. Probably smart D.
Jacobson knows he just cannot afford to pick up more fouls and put himself in trouble.
Yeah.
Roach all the way off glass.
Man, he's played well tonight. So impressed with Max and his ability to get into that paint and finish.
He's got 9.
White, really good on-ball defender.
Rice working on Craig. Now Davis really just trying to get Jacobson to draw, and there it is.
But let's compliment, the Waukee Northwest team and their coaching staff. That was a point of emphasis. You can tell because it was the first 3 possessions of the second half. They were going to attack him and really try and put him in compromising positions. And the whole team executed, right? Yeah. And that sometimes I think goes unnoticed. To be a great team, Oliver has to give up a little bit of himself. Right. And maybe they might have a decent look, but they're waiting, they're executing, and that's really high-level basketball.
Davis misses on his first. Here comes the second, and he's got it.
Okay. Got it. Let's see what Coach Kanaski has right here, because this is a big possession. They can't get to that 10-12 mark. I think that's going to be trouble for them.
Jay White gets free for 3, and no. Misses it off to the right. Would have been a big shot.
Yeah, you can just. I think if Waukee Northwest scores here, you might see Coach Kanaski call a timeout just to get his troops organized again.
Yeah, because you're up to 7. This is the largest lead of the ball game.
There he goes again. See, they're just pounding that ball inside.
And if Jacobson gets 4, he's done till middle of the 4th. You got to feel like Oliver, tough shot on the floater.
I feel like he, in the second half of the season, is just playing under so much control. We talked about the football legs for a couple of the Waukee guys. I think the same thing is true for Isaiah, where he just is looked the best that I've seen him, just in terms of being comfortable out on the floor.
Roach draws the foul as he went to the basket.
Roach is kind of keeping him in it right now. He's
honestly,
being aggressive on offense and causing some trouble for the Northwest defense. Need a bucket here.
Got to get the crowd back into it if you're Waukee. It's getting a little quiet.
Yep.
There's Landon Hansen going to fire a 3. He wanted a foul, but it looked like it was a clear, just flat-out good contest. Rice working on Craig. Craig swats him back. Here comes Roach, back the other way, all the way through traffic and got it to go.
Yeah, really good take by Max Roach. It all created by the defense. Pete Craig, how good is he going to be over his next 2 years?
Yeah. 43-46, Northwest with the advantage. Oliver spinning, tries it again, this time no. White's on the rebound.
Yeah, probably a good decision right there.
White through traffic, got swatted by Rice. Block party is on.
Yeah. So many long defenders out there in this game. Boy, they're just going to keep attacking, aren't they?
Davis tosses that one to the corner. 3-pointer, not going to go.
Waukee Northwest hasn't shot it quite as well as I would say they normally have.
It's an off night, if you will, but they have 43 points in the third quarter.
Relatively speaking, I think. Good. You see them getting into a little set. Let's see what Waukee tries to do out of this.
Roach just waiting for something to develop. Now here's Jacobson. Trying to put his back to the basket. Floating shot is good.
With his left, too, right? Good move by Evan. They needed that bucket. Now's where you need the crowd, though, after that bucket to kind of get in there and help you a little bit.
It should be worth noting. Northwest has not gone to the bench tonight. The starting 5 has been it. Here's Jay White for 3. No good. He's off. They needed it badly, and now I think that's a good timeout. It felt like everybody was just kind of in the motions.
I think he had firm control of his team coming out for the first, couple minutes of the second half. He wants to reestablish that control in this raucous environment.
It's a 30-second timeout. Here's the look at the block for Pete Craig. And then the bucket on the other end by Max Roach. Nicely done.
Well, here's the sub.
So the lead is 5 here as we get ready out of the timeout. 3:01 to go here in the third quarter.
Okay, and not only good timeout, but you'll watch them have really good action here out of this timeout, and they'll find something that they like out of this.
Waukee has had a couple looks for three. Threes are what really gets the crowd into it.
2-3 zone.
Yeah, they haven't been able to hit it. Here comes that zone again that they tried in the first half. Now
they're kind of matching up on it.
And I was just about to say the bench is here for Northwest.
How about
that floater is good by Logan Aikenbach.
Yeah, beautiful little runner.
So Davis and Kukin on the bench.
And I've talked to you about it, and
White up and under, no good. Got his own rebound and gets the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
Coach Watson knows, and you know, he wants that championship DNA, and one thing he knows is defensive stops, right? And I feel like you can really see him coaching that with even with the substitutions a little bit, like, hey, I want a couple fresh legs, I want to get a good stop, and they can score with anyone. They're going to be able to need to get big stops down the stretch.
White hits its first.
Nash, Kukin, and Landon Davis.
That was a quick rest.
For the Warriors.
Rice and Kukin are right back in.
Okay. Good, though. I like that.
Jay knocks them both down from the charity stripe. Leads back down to 5. It's the closest they've gotten since half.
Achenbach stays in there. You know, he gave him a nice little offense there. Again, let's see what we look at here.
Hanson bit trying to go after Rice. Now Collins swings it. Somebody's open. .15 on the shot clock. Kukin picked up by Roach. Knocked away by Roach. Jay White to the corner. Vandis for 3. Yes!
Really good defense by Max Roach. He drives, he kicks to the corner. That's good basketball by Waukee, and that crowd got back into it now.
Vandis has got 7 off the bench. Oliver trying to silence the crowd a little bit. Roach fights for the rebound. Jacobson's on the floor, and Vandis has got it. The lead's 2.
You know, his plus minus for this game, Vandis, is going to be huge. He's brought him great energy, and Max Roach has been fantastic.
Tie game just like that. 45-45, Waukee on a run here in the third quarter. Boy, Roach was getting handsy there with Kukin. They didn't call anything. Rice trying to silence the crowd. He cannot hit. Vandis with another rebound. Waukee has a chance to take the lead.
You know, and you talk about being a difference maker. I mean, Max Roach has been doing it all over. He's getting his hands on basketballs down on the defensive end, and then he's making big shot after big shot and big play for his whole team on offense. Let's see what he can do right here.
Roach trying to work his way inside, spinning, gets blocked away. Got his own rebound.
Yeah.
Vandis up and under, you bet.
Vandis and Roach. Vandis and Roach.
The Kane Vandis game. I hope you were here for it. Waukee by 2. Shot clock is pretty much the same as the game clock. And we got a whistle by the official.
I think Roach might have a bloody nose.
Yep. We got 2 bloody noses tonight.
I think he went over to Coach Kanatsky and said, I didn't even get a foul call on that.
Timeout.
Max Roach going to pull a Rocky right there and be like, I didn't hear no bell.
For the Warriors.
Boy, what was it? 45-36, I think, at one point.
I believe
we're almost at
what
an
11-0
or 9-0 run at least.
And really, Vandis came off the bench and has given him huge minutes again. And Max Roach is just energy and is kind of refusing to lose mentality right now.
Alvin Greer is in the ball game. They're going to check out Evan Jacobson for the last 22 seconds. So smaller lineup here.
Yep. Let's see what Coach Watson gets into. Might be able to take advantage of the height advantage that they have with both Rice and Landon.
A bucket here goes a long way for momentum for the Wolves.
Yep.
Here's Davis, picked up by Craig, and Craig's got a blocking foul. If anything, I thought he was going to get maybe called for a flop warning.
That's what I
thought for sure what was going to happen.
Not going to be
a
free throws
it was
here.
A pretty light
it was
block, but now 4 seconds under the basket.
Not a bad effort by Craig, to be honest with you, though.
Kukin back to Davis. 1 second. Davis got it blocked by Hansen. The former Northwest Wolf putting an exclamation point on the third quarter. Waukee has the lead, 47-45. Don't touch that dial. Don't turn to another YouTube channel. Stay here. 47-45. Waukee leads. We'll be right back.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
One more, 8 more minutes to go here in the Battle of Key. 47-45. Waukee leads over Northwest. They trailed by 9 and are on an 11-0 run.
Big possession here to start this quarter, right? Got to get the momentum back if you're Waukee Northwest.
Hansen loses it. Great defense by Kukin,
really
who's
good
able to get it away.
Physical.
Oliver through traffic. And now they'll reset at the top of the key, down by 2. Heitland trying to work around, and here's Oliver. Jay White picks him up, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Oliver, good move, and gets it to go.
Good move. That's what we were talking about earlier, right? Just playing under control. He's such a strong kid, and that slight advantage being left-handed as well.
He's got 6 tonight.
Okay, you got to dig right back in, and if you're Waukee, you got to have a better possession than you had last time.
Here's Roach. He's got 13. He's been huge tonight.
Been phenomenal. And you're still kind of waiting for Jacobson to kind of get himself going,
I was just about to say, he really hasn't done much. He's only got 6. He turns and hits.
Big time shot right there. Nothing else Davis can do except made him earn that basket. Great shot by Evan Jacobson.
And he's been trying that one all night long.
Yep.
Oliver again, all the way. Layup is good.
There's that left-hand advantage, a little high screen and roll. And they're pulling the shot blocker out away from the hoop. Really good basketball.
Well, they had numbers, and then Hansen kind of laid up. Craig working on Colin Rice. He'll fade and turn, and no.
Just
almost.
Just off.
Almost
really good
had a
move,
really
though.
good shot. Foul on Jay White. There's been a lot of hand grabbing tonight, and I think a lot of the fans for both sides are like, well, when are we going to call it? When are we going to hold? That's the first foul of the quarter.
What an entertaining basketball game. But also, if you're one of these players or one of these coaches, this is what you need in early February to help get you ready for tournament action.
It feels like March.
Yeah.
Heitland for 3, in and out. Northwest has not been as good from the three-point line as they've been all season long.
No, just they've had some good clean looks, just haven't been able to knock them down.
Their loss against Cedar Falls shot lights out. They almost shot 70% as a team. Waukee's not doing quite that. Roach, floater, yes!
Max Roach is playing phenomenal basketball, and it feels like anything he's throwing up right now is going into the hoop.
He's got 15.
Super, really playing well.
Oliver loses it on the way up.
And there's Roach.
Roach up to Craig. They might have bobbled it, and they did. They had a chance in transition. And now a foul is called on Heitland, grabbing on to Evan Jacobson. They had the steal with Landon Davis, but the whistle was blown beforehand.
Yep. They were wrestling down there. I think the refs were going to let it play out. You can watch it right here. Heitland, obviously, I mean, you know, that's one of those whistles. It depends on which team you're rooting for.
Boy, Northwest, up-in-your-face type of defense right now. Hands-to-the-face type defense.
We just talked about how much better Waukee is playing, right? Like this time of year, executing really well. There's that little side screen and roll again. Isolate.
Jacobson just fires the three and no good.
Yeah, I think he was trying to. Oh, you don't want that.
Kukin tried a really weird bounce pass, and Roach smartly will back out and reset. That was a very weird choice by Kukin, but
well, and especially at this point in the game, that's not the pass to make at this point in the game.
Roach back to Jacobson. Boy, Evans he's had that shot. He just hasn't taken it tonight. They got plenty of time here, 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Boy, really good defense by Landon Davis. I mean, that is two really high-level players.
Craig got his own rebound. Jay White gets it away, but it's going to go out of bounds. He thought they made it.
It is a war underneath there.
There is so much contact happening right now. Coach Kanaski's going to take a timeout. He is not happy. We'll take a full breather here on a full timeout. 51-49, Waukee leads.
3, 2, action. Wilson Toyota and Ames is unlike any other car dealership in Iowa. At Wilson Toyota, we give you a financially rewarding, time-saving, and stress-free car buying experience. Earning your confidence with a value-oriented customer experience is what thousands of customers have come to understand as the Wilson experience.
She's getting better at this, making me so proud.
Wilson Toyota,
home of the Wilson experience.
Welcome back, 51-49, Waukee and Northwest going at war. You know, a lot of people said this rivalry was called the Civil War, and they're like, that's an aggressive term.
Yeah, right.
But boy, it is a war out on the basketball floor right now.
It's a lot of fun.
Those fans play a big part of it. How about that student section tonight for Waukee?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, had technical difficulties in the pregame, but Waukee debut, I think it was a debut, of their, quote, Luxido graphics package that they can put on the floor. It was a very cool graphic design thing that they did. Very neat.
Okay, talked about this. Really, really good coaching out of these timeout sets, so let's keep an eye on what Northwest decides to do here.
Heitland, got it stripped away for a moment.
It's going to be interesting to see. Just a lot of players out there. Who's going to step up and make the big shot?
Davis wide open for three. In and out. Again, it's just not the three-point night that Northwest has had so far this year. Again, they shoot 40% from three-point line. Waukee just 33.
But what a good opportunity for Northwest to see if they can come on the road against a really good team and win while having shooting struggles, right?
Cedar Falls was a neutral site. I believe Wisconsin was also.
No, it was at Northwest.
Yep. They'll have one more really tough road game against Dowling. But this prepares you for March.
No doubt about it.
There's no doubt about it. Roach thought about a three.
I'm so impressed with the Waukee kids and the way they've come back. Just, it was feeling like it might be getting away from in the third quarter, but they just kept fighting. Max Roach really leading the way on that. Good cut.
White on Oliver, trying to get separation. No. Good rebound by Rice.
Yeah, just a nice job by Colin Rice that time, right? Didn't go for that hack foul that we saw a couple times. Just let it play out and then was there for the rebound.
We've been stuck at 51-49 for a while. Colin Rice says, let's change that. Northwest back to the lead.
Little confusion on if they were going to switch or not, and you can't give him an open look, especially not this time of the game.
Worth noting, Colin Rice did not score in that third quarter. Roach tried to fade it and couldn't hit it. Now they trail by one, and Northwest has the ball.
I'll tell you one thing, though. He's getting about every offensive rebound right now.
And there he gets it to go past Pete Craig. It's a Colin Rice takeover here in the fourth.
Okay, got to get a good look here. You're going to probably see him run something to try and get Jacobson's hands on the ball. Let's see. There they come. Let's see if he gets downhill.
He just stops and fires and can't hit.
Yep.
A couple of the Waukee fans thought that wasn't the shot they needed. And now Northwest, in a game like this, can really step on the gas here.
Yep. And Colin Rice, you love to see. He's such a good scorer. But what makes him such a great player is he's doing it on the defensive end here and winning time.
Losing the ball is Davis. And another foul. This one's going to be on Kukin, but I think the way Nash pointed at Watson, I think maybe that was in a plan of some sort.
Yeah, no, I think that was definitely, look at the fouls right there. It's not free throws yet, and he knew I didn't want to give up an easy transition bucket. Again, those are the kind of things this time of the year you want to start being locked in.
I feel like Northwest has been very good in the half-court set defensively. A lot of that run came in transition buckets.
Right,
so
no doubt about it.
Understandable for the foul. Wolves by 3, under 2 minutes to go. Davis has had Jacobson locked up most of the night. Pete Craig has had to deal with Colin Rice. Craig turns, and foul is called on Rice.
Yeah, got a little bit of an arm right there. Probably just needed to contest right there, not be quite kind of we're going back and forth on over-aggressive on the defensive end. Good move by Pete Craig. He's had a nice night as well.
He's 20 of 34 from the free throw line, so see what he can do here. First one's good. That's his first point since the second quarter, if you'd believe it.
That it?
There's a look. Yeah, he came across the arm.
Yeah, and you got to when it's a jump shot like that, you gotta call that because it impacts the game.
The lead is down to 1 with under a minute 45 to go.
Okay, a little side screen here. What are we gonna do? Oh, might have had him.
Oliver working on Hansen, not going to go. Davis got the rebound, and then a foul is going to be called. Yeah, that was a strong foul down low. It won't be a shooting foul. It'll just be underneath.
Good crash now. You got to get those rebounds secured, though. These are the little plays. Going to get a timeout from Coach Watson.
Full timeout. We'll take a break with them. 54-53, Northwest leads.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
1 point lead. Take a look at the foul one more time underneath the basket that got us to this. There will be a miss. Davis grabs the rebound, and then boom, there's the foul. Landon Hansen just jumping in, trying to get the loose ball. They know they're down by 1. They'd rather be down by 1 and have the ball than be down by 2 and have the ball. A three-pointer here sure could put a lot of pressure on Waukee.
Let's take a look here what Coach Watson has drawn up on the out of bounds.
Everybody is getting to their feet on the Waukee side. It's a make or break. Final minute and a half here between number 2 and number 3.
Good.
And nothing's there, so Oliver will take the timeout. Northwest down to 2 timeouts left, plenty of time left.
Yeah, and I think what Coach Watson did right there, he said, hey, let's take a look at this. He kind of tried to isolate. He got everybody else out of the paint, had Rice cut hard from the elbow, and he's like, if we can get a free layup, let's take it. If not, don't force it in there. We'll reset.
A reminder that we will not be going live any on Friday night for the Central Iowa Sports Network. Well, I should say there might be some Ankeny or Ankeny Centennial matches that might be on with our affiliate networks on the Central Iowa Sports Network, but we're headed off to state wrestling to cover the girls' state wrestling tournament, so we will be busy doing that. But
that'll be fun, huh?
Yeah.
Good atmosphere, I hear.
I know Raccoon River Northwest, obviously Waukee and Waukee Northwest combined, sent a lot of wrestlers there, so going to be a fun week over in Coralville. That all kicks off on Thursday.
So much fun to see that new sport taking such
awesome.
Good level of popularity, and it's really neat.
Northwest will hold the basketball. They can get the clock under a minute here. Rice down low, spins, hits.
Just such a good score. They have so many different weapons out there. They can spread you out, and they can get him isolated, and they're really good basketball. Good kick.
The lead is 3. Jacobson
Gotta have it. There's the driving kick that we've been talking about all day. Timeout Waukee.
I mean, he couldn't hit a 3 all night, and then all of a sudden he goes in the corner and hits it while covered.
Unbelievable action right now.
It's a full timeout. We'll stay here.
Okay.
Holy cow.
Yeah, well, really good basketball by Northwest, but then off of that made basket, take a look. Max Roach can use the screen. He refuses it. He goes to attack. Jacobson hasn't been shooting that shot quite as much, but a really great decision by Max Roach. He's making all the right decisions tonight so far. We're all tied up.
Well, I mean, this feels like it'll go really one of two ways. Northwest will hold the ball all the way down to as far as they can. They'll try to take a shot. Might end up in a foul. You never know. And then Waukee will just have a chance to respond. And
I think what you're going to see, I think Northwest will go quick. They'll try and score in the first 10 seconds. Little 2-for-1 action, right? And see if they can't get them chasing. If they don't get it right away, then I agree. Then they'll hold it all the way down. But it's kind of a tricky spot for you to know what to do. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if this is a high screen and Oliver going right to it so he can get a 2-for-1. Off of that, though, you got to be able to read and react on whatever happens.
It feels crazy, but this is the closest this game has been in the final minute since 2 years ago when Cade Kelderman hit the game-winning layup to send Northwest past Waukee in the first edition of that game that year. Oliver working on Hansen.
Okay, now Davis. You're going to see him run some offense. You saw Coach Watson say, relax.
Rice for 3. No good. Long ball. Out of bounds. Northwest ball.
Yeah, now 36 seconds. They're going to hold for the last shot.
They can hold for the last shot.
Really good hustle by Landon Davis. He was kind of up high, and it was going to be a long rebound, and he saw himself a little angle, and when he just bounced it right off of Evan Jacobson's chest.
It was a great call. Evan was the first one to the ball. And now Waukee fans just have to sit and wait as Colin Rice will hold for the last shot. Well, Watson's saying something. They might
I think
call
he's going to call a timeout.
Might call a timeout later. It's going to come down to
now, right here, I will
possession.
tell you something I always liked. If I were Pete Craig, I'd get up into him. Don't just ever let him be comfortable with the ball.
That reminded me of like when a kicker in football, you're getting down to the final seconds. I mean, Watson just stood there, kept looking at the clock. Okay, I'll take my timeout now.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one little thing, like, I always felt. Go pester them a little bit, especially you only have 2 team fouls. Yeah. And I'm not saying you have to foul, but, like, just poke at the ball. Yeah. Maybe you get it tapped away. Who knows?
It's going to come down to one shot. Northwest is going to get the last say in this one, you'd think, unless they try to take it earlier. You'd expect they're just going to wait. Is there anyone else but Colin Rice that is going to take this shot?
No, I think they're going to go. It might even be as simple as a 1-4 set, and they're going to let Colin go to work. If they run any slip kind of screens, it's going to be for Rice to do whatever he wants, and Coach Watson will put the ball in the hands of his best player. Now, if they collapse, it might be a kick, and find one of his good shooters on the perimeter, too.
14.5 seconds will be left on the clock. It'll be Northwest ball here right by the scorer's table. That's a pretty, honestly, good spot for an inbound.
Absolutely.
All things considering.
Perfect.
So.
And that's what you see a lot of teams do that, right? Sprint right to that spot and call the timeout. It gives you. It's probably the easiest place to inbounds a basketball.
Is there a chance Northwest might want to just win this at the free throw line? Be aggressive, take it to the basket, try to get a foul, and just end it there.
But if you're Waukee, you got to remember you only have 2 team fouls, so they do have 2 fouls to give. So right now, if I'm Hansen, I'm up all over. Right, get up there, make it really. I'd reach in, see if you can't get a steal.
10 seconds for Oliver. Right,
yeah, there it
is. Free. Hansen's on the floor. Timeout is called. It's Waukee ball with 5 seconds to go, and it's the former Northwest Wolf who gets the steal.
And that's why you do it right there, is because you put the pressure then on the offense, and he was being over-aggressive, but sometimes if you go for the ball, you can just get a steal.
The ball's going to be on the far sideline, and it's going to be passed on the other side of the half-court line. So Waukee will have a chance. The last buzzer beater in this building was 1 year ago. Well, yeah, it was 1 year ago. It was Mason Costello from three-quarters court. Who does this ball go into?
Well, I can't figure out how you can't let Max Roach make the decision here. He's super quick. He's going to be able to get to the basket. I would put it in his hands. Let him make the decision what he wants to do. Either drive, kick. He's been great with his floaters. Put a shooter in the corner that he can kick to if they help.
They always talk about.
Everyone back in the bleachers.
Oh, they're putting everybody back on the bleachers. Everybody, if you're standing on the floor, telling everyone to back up.
Back it up, people.
They always talk about the Waukee Fieldhouse might have a little bit of magic in it.
Well, let's see. We're going to know.
Let's test that theory here in the next 5 seconds. And you'll know in 5 seconds if Waukee pulls this off.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Okay, he's going backwards. Let's see what he can do.
Roach in the front court. Puts up a shot.
Oh, man.
He had the look.
He sure did have the look.
He had the look, and we are going to overtime. 56-56. We'll be back for a couple more minutes of basketball. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Wow.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa High School sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
4 quarters was not enough. We need 4 more minutes. Overtime, number 1, here we go. Waukee Northwest and Waukee here at the Fieldhouse. Number 2 versus number 3. It's already probably put itself into one of the top 10 games we've seen in the state this year. It's going to be tough to beat Storm Lake a couple weeks ago over in Nebraska, but boy, this has been a fun one.
How fun is this?
4 more minutes. Here we go from the Waukee Fieldhouse.
Fun for everyone except Coach Watson and Coach Kanaski right now.
I see a couple fans in front that also aren't just having fun. Rice gets swatted back by Hansen.
Yep, good D right there.
Roach brought it into the front court. If you're him, you got to flush that last possession.
Oh,
obviously, it's a tough miss, but can't let it linger.
Good cut. I like this. They really like this side pick and roll.
Roach just left open.
I tell you what, it is his night right now. Everything
he's not going to miss that.
No, he's playing so well, getting himself in good position to score.
He's got 17.
One thing I always think about in overtime, though, is you got to go way back, right? 3 minutes ago was a long time game action. So a lot of
pointer. Heitland kind of out of nowhere. Isaiah Oliver grabs the rebound. A lot of options here.
Yep.
Instead, they just end up right back at the top. This overtime's going to fly by. It's only 4 minutes, so already under 3. Oliver?
Yeah.
Stolen away by Jay White.
Good D by Jay White. He kind of used his D-back skills right there. He read
it the entire way. And now Northwest on the defensive end, not in control here.
Definitely the start of overtime. Waukee's a little bit more moving, just seems to have a little bit more energy.
Boy, Rice
that would have changed it.
Almost had the steal, and now Roach working through traffic and gets blocked. No, he got fouled. Must have just got tagged on the end by Colin Rice.
It's hard to hear, right? I couldn't tell if they blew the whistle or not. I think it was the side ref right in front of Coach Kanaski might have helped him make that, and but I think he got hit on the head.
Max is aggressive.
Yeah, he sure is.
He rims out on his first, though.
Okay, let's see what Waukee runs. They're going to try and get themselves into their best action right here. They need a bucket.
One more look at this.
Yeah.
Things happen quick. I'm not an official.
He did hit him on the head. It's the case of was it enough contact?
This might be the Max Roach game if Waukee gets out of here with the win. The lead is 3 after he hits the second free throw. This is Waukee's largest lead in a long time. Might be their largest lead of the ball game. Oliver, floater, yes.
Beautiful. Much more assertiveness on that drive that time.
He is so calm, cool, and collected as Hansen goes on the other end, and we got a blocking foul.
It's going to be 2 shots.
Yeah, and Waukee's going to the line.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of a letdown that time by Northwest. We've talked about the transition defense, right? And they didn't get back in good position there to protect their paint.
Landon Hansen to the line. If Waukee gets out of here with the win, they might be thanking number 5 for that steal to end regulation. He makes his first. That's his first points of the entire night. And now everybody that's been on the floor, except Alvin Greer, has scored tonight.
Yep. A good call on that one.
3-point game as Landon hits both.
You might have to call timeout.
Timeout is called by Coach Watson. He's got one more timeout left. It's a full timeout. We'll take one with them. 61-58, Waukee leads.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
61-58, Waukee leads over Northwest. Blake Walker, Chris Larson, happy to be along with you here this evening. What a fun night.
Oh my gosh.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Definitely 2 of the top 5 teams probably in the state right now, and they're playing their hearts out tonight, and it's such a huge
For the people that don't know, Cedar Falls is number 1. Cedar Falls beat Northwest, so that is why no matter if Northwest beats Waukee again tonight, Cedar Falls realistically will stay the number 1 team.
Oh, yeah.
And if they don't slip, they're going to go to the state tournament as the number 1 team. The Wolves trail by 3. Oliver, he's been big this overtime period. Pete Craig got locked down with Colin Rice. Davis working to Heitland.
Oh, good look.
Boy, great defense, and a foul is called on Hansen. That's going to bring the shot clock back to 35.
They've really found themselves on the defensive end, Waukee, right? Really helping each other out, moving their feet well. Nothing's coming easy for Northwest, that's for sure.
No, Waukee looked probably the best. That was one of the better defensive possessions I've seen out of them. As we need a towel. Official says we need a towel.
No one has a towel.
How does no one have a towel?
Kids don't use any towels anymore.
COVID got rid of towels. No, we don't have a single towel.
No towel.
You know, I was wondering why they kept trying to clean the floor with their shoes. There we go. There's a towel.
Here's a towel.
Just what these guys want in an intense overtime, to have to take a break. And I could have swore Waukee has had people that clean the floors between. Got the AD down there. He's ready to go.
Right? Coach O'Connor, Coach Ole. Good buddies, but you know they're both right there in the corner. Their hearts are pumping. They may be in different roles, but you know they're just as competitive as ever.
These guys want to win this game, both sides.
Yeah.
Waukee, I think, maybe a little bit more, but it's been a wild one. Rice just stops and fires and can't hit. Hansen with the rebound. Jay White down the floor. How quick do you want to go? Pete Craig says no. I like it. Maybe. Get back to me in a minute.
If in rhythm he had that shot, but it was lost. Oh my! Look at Max Roach is everywhere right now.
They caught a huge break. It went off of Jacobson's fingers. Now they back this one out. 13 seconds on the shot clock. 1 minute to go. Hansen In and out. Jay White, 4 seconds. Going to have to put something up soon. No foul. Rice is on the rebound.
Yeah, you're going to have to earn it right now.
Watson only got one timeout in his back pocket. And speaking of pockets, it's a pickpocket for Pete Craig.
Oh, my goodness. Pete Craig with the play of the night. He taps it away, and then he goes and dunks the basketball.
The lead is 5.
We're in the middle of pandemonium right now,
Shot clock
Blake.
and game clock are tied. Rice all the way gets fouled. Continuation stops.
What are they going to call here? Are they going to call it on the side? Nope. Yep, so it's still.
Pete Craig gets whistled on the foul, and it will be under the basket here. The lead is 5. It's got to be quick for Northwest.
Absolutely.
Rice to Heitland, back
Gotta
to
shoot
Rice. Just has to put one up, in and out. Rebound for Davis. Davis.
And one.
Got it. No and one. Basket is good. The lead is 3.
What'd you think? That was close.
Well, I thought for sure, maybe. I mean, that's a usual motion of an and one.
Timeout on the floor.
One more foul. Well, Waukee's in the bonus anyway. One more foul for Waukee will put Northwest in the foul.
Where are we at timeouts-wise? I think, was that it for Waukee Northwest? That one they had to use to get the ball inbounds could come back and haunt them.
How about Pete Craig?
How about that defense by the sophomore, right?
Yeah.
Like, not only he taps it away, he goes out, and then he just rams that ball down. I don't know where we're at here for sure on the replay. Yeah, this is it, right? Just a little tap away. Look at that. And then just like, no, I'm not laying this up. And the crowd just erupted. You can make impactful plays on both ends of the floor. People forget that.
Everybody around us is standing. I'm worried we're going to get landed on here eventually. But wild night of basketball.
Okay, now got to get that ball inbounds, right? You know, it's a hard thing.
I will note, Waukee has gotten better at free throws. They shoot 72% from the line. They were under 70% for most of the season. They are slowly but surely increasing. I assume Max Roach is the guy they're going to want shooting these, or Evan Jacobson.
See if they try and release somebody deep. It's going to be hard pass to make with Colin Rice on the basketball.
Nope, it's Jay White. Isaiah Oliver off his foot. You're not going to outrun a wide receiver that's going to the University.
I mean, those are
two really good football players that were going against each other.
Let's keep an eye on this.
Now Landon Hansen's going to throw it.
And Kukin is also really a long player. I like this. A little more space for him right there.
There's the foul on Oliver. He was reaching around, and Jay White will go to the line to shoot 2. Only .1 came off the clock.
I like the spacing a lot more that time for Waukee, right? Just put 2 guys down there, put your 2 guards, and let them operate.
At the line, Jay White.
Jay will shoot 2. And the first one is no good.
Well,
he's 46.
Lots going on right here, right?
46 of 58 coming into tonight. He's hit 3 free throws this evening.
None bigger than this one this year.
Good. 2-possession lead. Timeout, Coach Kanaski. Northwest is out of timeouts.
Okay, so they're out of timeouts. You really got a decision to make right here. You almost have to run a home run type of play and try and score, because you can't score under 5 seconds left. And really, you can't score under 6 or 7 seconds left, because then they'll let it bounce around.
It doesn't have to be a 3.
Right,
it can be a 2. It can be a quick 2, and then you're back to playing the foul again.
And good job. I see the refs huddled up right now. They're probably telling themselves that too, like, hey, let's hold them accountable. If they get that shot up, before 5 seconds, let's make sure we're going to make them inbounds the ball.
They're going to try. Northwest is going to try to draw contact through any shot they try to do. What a ball game.
The only other, if it gets under 5 seconds, the only other real option that I've ever come up with, and as a coach, is you can take that ball, swat it out of bounds, and sometimes a ref will call delay a game warning or something. And so what you really want to do, though, is try and get a running start, shoot this as quick as possible, It's going to be like the Bryce Drew home run play, I think. Watch, it's going to go right to Landon Davis, maybe.
See if Baylor can help Northwest out here. Colin Rice going to bring it up the floor. Rice fires a three, no good, long rebound.
That's going to do it.
Rice got it again. Here's 5 seconds. Rice, no good. And Waukee in overtime defeats Waukee Northwest. In a top 5 battle of number 3 versus number 2, this one goes to number 3. What a ball game here tonight at the Waukee Fieldhouse.
Sorry, I got distracted. There's
the students really aren't supposed to storm the floor. It's out of a safety concern. They're moving all the players off the floor. What a ball game. I mean, what a really fun basketball game. Overtime finish, 64-60 is your final score. Let's talk about that final possession. They got all the looks they wanted. It just simply couldn't drive.
Yeah, it was kind of what we saw all night, right? You know, Colin Rice, we talked about, one of the best offensive players. He didn't have a great shooting night, right? And that last possession, they had it. If it goes through on that first, it was going to be really close, right? It was going to be really close. Both teams, you know, this gives Waukee the boost to know, hey, we can be a championship contender. And if you're Northwest, you're just going to use this for fuel to their fire. And they're both going to be in it down the stretch. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. This was fun to watch.
Sure felt like we saw some Fieldhouse magic tonight here at Waukee. The Warriors, ranked number 3, take down their rivals, number 2 Waukee Northwest Wolves. Waukee moves to 14-2 on the year. Northwest drops to 14-3. If I was a betting man, we're going to see these two right back again at the KC Center. But for now, that puts an end to the rivalry, at least in the regular season. We appreciate everyone on our staff. Rachel, everybody did such a good job here with all the technical difficulties we had. We say so long tonight. He's Chris Larson. I'm Blake Walker. Thanks for watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.